Open tabs, margin notes, highlighter, bleed through quotes, research mind, steady eye patterns only she can note. I-90 fog, whispering under wheels, skyline, afterglow, 2 states, packed rooms, quiet minds that know, no sign needed out front. They circle to a voice, questions rise before she starts, curiosity by choice. She pivots mid-lecture, checks who's leaning in close. Say the part you skip out loud, that's where the learning goes. Heads home with the speakers up, Biggie in the background, mind still mapping theories while the city slows down. She teaches the why behind the crime, the hurt behind the face, Philly in her backbone, psychology in her grace. Don't let the hype fool you, she stands 10 stories tall. She don't just teach the lesson, she teaches you through it all. Late nights with case files open, notes in the margin glow. She's showing you your story's roots so you can choose where to go. Biggie quotes inside the slides right next to coping skills. Spread love between the lines of how a nervous system feels. Long days, quiet grit, humor in the punchlines. You are more than this moment, written 10 times, old assessments in a folder, ink dust on the sleeve. She can map anxious attachment before you know you grieve. 1 foot in Jersey lecture halls, 1 on the Philly street. Home is where she learned to fight, classes where we don't repeat. Grown kids texting check-ins, pride she doesn't post. She teaches minds all day, then goes in mother's most. Case files, true crime, mind behind the scenes. She doesn't tell you what they did, she shows you what it means. Your story is not your diagnosis. You are allowed to rewrite it.
Hi y'all, how you doing? How's everyone doing? Hey, I braided my hair yesterday after I got out of my shower, so that's why it's curly. How's everyone tonight? Dolly Talk, thank you so much for stopping by. Cuff, you, can you hear me okay? Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to download the slides because I came prepared. All right, here we go. Tonight's going to be a Dr. Vona night. So here we go. It's still processing. It'll be 1 second. So hopefully everybody's having a good weekend, since it's about to come to an end. So you guys, I sound good? Good. Hi Birdie, come on in. Hey Birdie. Hey everyone. Come on in. You guys, oh my God. So, I have so much to catch up on in life, so I was cleaning and stuff. So in the background, one of my students told me that I should watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So I'm okay. So I put on the last season. It's season 4. So I start watching it from the beginning of season 4. I watch it straight through. Then I'm I need to know more about this. So I go to season 1, watch that straight through, and now I'm halfway through season 2. I'm on, what am I on? Let's see what I'm on. You guys, it's so good. So good. Why isn't it telling me where I'm at? I think I have to go back one more. Okay, I am on season 2, episode 6. Okay? Wow, and I'm glad that I am, because the very first scene, one of the very first, not scenes, shows her, shows the video of her throwing a stool at her. I don't know if they ever got married. So far, I'm in season 2.5, and they have not been married, but they have such a toxic relationship. She literally, I don't know how they didn't vet this more. I still think that they could, in my opinion, I still think that there's a possibility, you guys. I have a feeling they're still going to wind up doing this. You watch. Hey, harlot. Yes, everybody, don't forget to subscribe and like. Come on in. So, yeah, so this story is like, wow. So I put together slides, you know what I mean, like I usually do, and my notes, and we are going to talk about this tonight. So, since I have work bright and early in the morning, let's get started. Hi, Ember. Come on in, Ember Burns. Come on in. Come on in, everyone. Okay, so tonight, you guys, we're going to talk about Taylor Frankie Paul, but this is bigger than just one person. This is about what happens when relationship becomes so chaotic that the chaos starts to feel normal. And there's many of you right now in this chat, or that's going to be watching this on the replay, that know what this feels like. So I'm doing this live. I don't want to say it like that sounded very narcissistic. I was about to say, I'm doing this live for you. Like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, there's a lot of people that hurt in this way in our community. So I feel like this is so important to continue to talk about. We've talked about it with the JLR case, allegedly, things like that. So now we're going to talk about this. And I don't even know if we have to say allegedly, because there's literally a video. So what we're going to watch some things. We're going to go over a PowerPoint slide that I put together. I have really important things to say. If you're interested in the psychology part of the story, stick around, because this is definitely the show for you. Okay? So, Taylor Frankie Paul. This is not just navigating one relationship, you guys. She's navigating several identities at once. So she's a mom, she's a Mormon, which I'm learning so much about. Oh my gosh. She's a woman, an influencer, and one of the faces of this TikTok, it's called MomTok. So it's a group of women who got famous on TikTok. Well, they started to get fame on TikTok, and they find each other. They're in the same community, but they weren't friends right before they started this. So I think they have like an influencer house, but none of them live there, but that's like where they go for work, and they have their kids involved, all the things, their families, their husbands, all of the things. So it's so interesting. If anybody has access to Hulu, I definitely suggest watching it. So each of the roles that she has comes with pressure. However, there's other girls in this, or women in the same show, that have the exact same roles that she has, that doesn't have the same behavioral, the same behaviors that we see here, frankly. So again, everything I say tonight is due to 20 years plus of experience teaching at the college and university level. We're going to be going over patterns. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not diagnosing anything. We're going to go over behavior patterns and what those behavior patterns would look like if we, since we are talking about this at the psychological level. So traditional Mormon culture often emphasizes loyalty, forgiveness, staying in a marriage, and protecting the family. Now, some of you might say, well, I'm Italian. That sounds like our morals too. I would say you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? So there's nothing different from what I see so far in my beginning or my initial observations. So again, you could put in there traditional Italian culture, emphasizes, you know what I mean? So it's the same type of thing. So here, I think one of the big things is protecting the family, staying in the marriage. This is a big part. So MomTok sends a very different message. This is the thing. So we're dealing with a group of women that are anything from 25 or anywhere from 25 to like 30. I think one's 31. They're all like in their young 30s, mid to late 20s. So there's like 8 of them. And wait, let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of them. How about that? And Frankie sits right in the middle all the time. So she is a huge personality on the show. There's another Whitney girl that's also a huge personality on the show. The dynamics are like, wow. Hi, Casey. Hey, Dan. Good to see you guys. And anybody else that's coming in, come on in, you guys. This is a case to stick around for. So, we have to remember, we have this very traditional culture that is many generations deep, competing with a new generation, including this MomTok group, that sends a very different message online. What do we want? Including with you guys, with me. You guys want my truth. You want me to be vulnerable. You want me to defend myself publicly if I had to, and to make a story part of your identity. Make your story part of your identity. And I would say that that's true for anyone that somebody's watching, whether it be online, on TV, on Hulu, whatever the case may be, The Bachelorette, all the things, okay? So when someone's caught between those two systems, so this is like we're talking about Frankie here. So Frankie Paul, when someone's caught between those two systems, the result can be emotional whiplash. One part of them wants to keep the family together, another part wants to protect themselves and finally say what's been happening, and the tension is all over Taylor's story, and we're going to see this. And we see this even with the other moms. There's a lot of the other moms that also have this similar, relationship dynamic, but we're going to see that how it's different for her. So, and wait, hold on, let me take the chat down real quick so you guys could see this. All right, and then I'll put it back up after. Okay, so here we go. So let me get back to this. So yes, it did, Bertie. It cost them millions and millions of dollars to pull that. The Thursday before the Sunday it was supposed to air. That's crazy, right? Do you think, Bertie, that there's a possibility that they could still air it? Because I do. In my opinion, it got a ton of publicity because of it, because of this. I think what I've been looking into, I've been saying, you guys, I think that, and again, this is just my opinion personally, I think that a lot of people are looking at that and they're like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Like, my wife's thrown something at me before, and it's like, people aren't getting, there's a whole dynamic here. I'm watching this in the different seasons, and you guys, the dynamics are like, oh my gosh. I 100% see a different personality pattern for her than I do for some of the other women. And none of this is to like blame her for anything. I actually like her. She's very likable. But I definitely see that she has a harder time regulating emotion than, well, a lot of the girls have a hard time regulating emotion, but you'll see what I mean. She has a hard time regulating intensity. There you go. Intensity. So the reason so many people are drawn to this case is because it feels familiar. Just like I was saying, somebody's like, my wife's, thrown something at me, or I've, yelled at my husband, or whatever the case may be. So this feels so familiar to people. And many people have been in relationships where they keep telling themselves that things are going to get better, right? Things will get better, just hang in there. But this is where the high feels amazing and the lows are unbearable. The relationship starts to feel less like love and more like survival, okay? So here goes the relationship timeline. To understand what happened, it helps to look at the timeline. So Taylor first built her platform through MomTok, okay? She presented the image of a young Mormon wife and mother living what looked like the perfect life. Then the swinging scandal became public. So let me tell you what that is. So they do MomTok, and they literally like converge their social medias together. We're going to look on it. I'm going to go on TikTok and show you guys what I'm talking about. But they created this huge following The one girl was talking, like, the one girl gets a brand deal. She had to literally hold a dildo in a picture and got $20,000 for that. I was like, send me all the dicks you want. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I was like, that's crazy. So, and I can't remember if she did it. I think she did it, but I'm not positive that she did, but I think she did. So, how about this one? So, she builds her platform through MomTok. She's the one that like starts it. She's like the face of it for a while, but then these other personalities start coming in, and there's this one Whitney that also is very dominant. Okay, so she presented the image of this young wife, this perfect life. Then the swinging scandal. About 6 of the members, so I think it was 3 or 4 couples, maybe it was 6 or 8. It was 3 or 4 couples, but they would party at night and swing. And this is what I found. You guys, you have to watch this. I can't even tell you. So they'll have straight like bashes, like parties, like bashes. That's what I mean by bashes, like a huge party. And instead of having like open bar, they'll have like a soda station where there's like all the different like flavored pumps and then the sodas. And it's like, I'm like, wait, what am I watching? That part I do not identify with the Italian culture. We do not have soda stations, but we do have open bars. So, but here, like, this is the thing, you guys. I found this so interesting, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm definitely going to have to do more than one live about this because there's so much to get into, especially with family dynamics and the role of family, the role of women, the patriarchy, the role reversals that start to happen, like just all the things. There's just so much here, you guys. Oh my God. Okay. So Taylor decides one night to go on TikTok when things started to go down for her. She decided to, like, if I'm going down, so is everybody else type thing. She pulled one of them and goes on a TikTok and is like, oh, well, don't let them say that they never hooked up with whatever, or like, or that our husbands, didn't all sleep with each other's husbands, and all this stuff. So that's the swinging scandal. It was a whole thing. Apparently nobody like talks for 2 months after that, and then I guess it was time to start filming again, so they all started to like, they'd have to film with each other, so they started to like come back together. But there's a whole lot of stuff, but it's weird. It's like different type of fighting than like the Real Housewives, like completely different. The Italians fight more like the Real Housewives of New Jersey and less like the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But it's still like, I can't even explain it. You have to go watch it. So suddenly the carefully managed image starts to shatter because she's calling people out now. And I believe, well, I know the one couple gets divorced. The other couples, I'm really not sure of. She winds up not lasting in her marriage. So there's a lot that happens. There's like one episode, you guys, where they're like having a birthday party for someone, but they're at someone's like parents' house, but it's like they're older. So it's not, I don't know if like the parents were just hosting the party or whatever, but somebody brought a flask. Oh my gosh, you guys, you would have thought that they brought hard rugs in. Some of them were like sipping it like real quick, like trying it, like they were in the hot tub and they were trying to get a quick swig of it. And then they would like, it was the craziest thing. The one's like, you're so disrespectful. If my mother-in-law sees that, I'm like, oh my God, mother-in-law, like you're old enough to have, like that's your mother-in-law. And this is like, is this I was so confused. It was crazy. I don't know. You guys gotta watch it. I'm just saying. So you're going to see that you're going to see more conflict, instability, and relationship chaos. Like chaos. I was like, I have to talk about this. There's repeated breakups, especially in this relationship. So the thing with the other ladies is you'll see some of their marriages go under, but then you don't see a whole lot of other, toxic relationship dynamics. However, with this one, totally different. There's just repeated breakups. There's emotional arguments, increasing concerns about conflict and control. Then came the arrest and the public conversation around domestic V and IPV, intimate partner V violence. Okay, so here in the timeline, these situations rarely, like this cycle doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it does. So people cycle, absolutely. But for the most part, there's a cycle and things escalate. That's the word I'm trying to get. So this escalates. Relationships usually escalate slowly. Toxic ones, especially. So first there's emotional instability, then there is control, jealousy, and the walking on the eggshells part. Then the line keeps moving. So think of it as the goalposts keep moving a little bit more. They keep moving a little bit more, right? So it keeps moving until behavior that once would have been like totally out of pocket starts to feel normal. So think about that. We've seen that in other situations. The person that just came to mind, and I'm not making a connection here as far as like I think there's any behaviors the same. What I'm saying is this is the one thing that I see, another behavior that I seen in another case. Remember with Stephen Stearns? I feel like Stephen Stearns would do this. He would say these outrageous things like, oh, you shouldn't let Maddie go see her dad on the plane by herself. What if she goes to the bathroom and somebody goes to the bathroom and like does something to her? Or what if they like look under the door? What if they do? And here we come to find out that he's doing stuff to her. He looked under the door at the roommates and like took video and pictures. So he was like projecting, obviously, but he wound up making it like, he made that so normal that when it was time for her to take a plane alone, the first thing she thought to say to the dad was, oh, I'm just so afraid. What if something happens? Da 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 da. So it's like it winds up, and even with her sleeping in the room, right? They wind up normalizing that. So after a while, it becomes normal. At first, it's like, can we just sleep together? We want to sleep over. And then it leads to something where eventually it's not so odd for them to sleep in the same bed. And that's, again, I'm not saying that same thing here as far as the behavior, but as far as the idea of, I wanted to give you an example of what we're talking about here. So making something normalized, so it's not so shocking anymore. So this is one of the most dangerous parts of high conflict relationships. People start to adapt to chaos. Okay? People start to adapt to chaos. So just real quick, we have the marriage and MomTok fame, then the swinging scandal, then the relationship conflict escalating, then the arrest, and then the Bachelorette comes at the very end. So this next slide talks about traditional marriage versus MomTok. So, and then after this one, you guys, we'll switch over to a video. So Taylor appears to be caught between two completely different relationship systems. So she has the traditional Mormon model that says stay loyal, forgive, protect the family, keep the relationship problems private. And in that model, being a good wife often means holding everything together, even when it's painful, you guys. So MomTok encourages the opposite. It rewards honesty, vulnerability, and public disclosure, and telling your side of the story. Think about it. Social media, people are often praised for exposing what happened and speaking their truth. Those two systems, however, are in conflict of each other. One says keep it quiet, the other one says speak out. One says protect the relationship, the other one says protect yourself, right? That contradiction can make it much harder to know what to do. It can also create enormous guilt. A person may feel trapped between the fear of losing the relationship and the fear of losing themselves. And we'll start to see that fear of not just losing themselves, but the fear of the unknown is what we're going to see is a big part of what keeps the person staying. It's like they begin to, even if the relationship they're in is toxic and violent, they wind up staying in it because they know what's going to happen. in that situation. Now, we know that that's not true, right? We know that it keeps getting worse and worse and worse each time, but in their head, they know the possibilities, right? Whereas by leaving someone or going out on your own, you wind up, you don't know what's going to happen there. And that might feel a lot more scary to someone. So next, we're just going to jump over to, let me show you. We're going to jump over to the videos in our Discord that Miss Lovely Cuff You helps us put together. So here goes. Let's look over here. This one is the calm before the Mormon. So let's see. Oh, wait. This one's Dr. G. I want to show you something real quick before we look at something like that. All right. This is the one I think I want to look at real quick. All right. Hold on.
3 days before ABC was set to premiere Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette, the network canceled the season outright. The turning point was a resurfaced Bachelorette.
Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh. That's terrible. Oh, wow.
The network canceled the season outright. The turning point was a resurfaced 2023 domestic violence video, but that was only part of the story. By then, a new Utah domestic assault investigation was already open, and court action was moving fast. If you follow verified case timelines and court updates like this, subscribe, like, and share to support the courtroom. In February 2023, in Harriman, Utah, police arrested Paul after a domestic violence incident involving Dakota Mortensen.
So that was the one that you just saw.
Public reporting and court records say she was accused of striking Mortensen and throwing metal chairs, and the indictment described one chair striking her young daughter during the altercation.
I didn't know that part. Wow. The fact that she's fighting like that in front of her children is terrible. But then the fact that that the kid got hit. Wow. Hi,
Public
Andrea.
reports differ somewhat on how the final charge level was described at resolution, but they consistently state that Paul entered a plea in abeyance, tied to aggravated assault, and that the remaining counts were dismissed. That earlier case matters because it did not bring a clean end to the relationship. Paul and Mortensen share a son, and in the current public record, Paul has described their relationship as an addictive cycle. Then, in March 2026, Draper City Police confirmed there was an open domestic assault investigation involving both Paul and Mortensen. Police said contact was made with the involved parties on February 24th and 25th, and that allegations had been made in both directions. Authorities have not publicly announced criminal charges in the 2026 matter. Paul is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Then came March 19th.
Wow.
When the 2023 video surfaced publicly. Within hours, Disney Entertainment Television said it would not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and ABC replaced the planned premiere with a rerun of American Idol. At the same time, production on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was paused as the legal situation continued unfolding. That is what made this so unusual. The season had already been filmed, promoted, and scheduled to air within days. Public statements from both sides quickly followed.
Oh, well, I didn't realize that. So that's season 5 I think they're talking about, which is not out.
Through a spokesperson, Paul alleged that she had suffered years of mental and physical abuse and was...
Oh my gosh, you guys, look, you know what I'm going to say? The 3 whites of the eyes. You see how we see above here? She's got that look.
Focused on protecting herself and her children. Mortensen, through his own representative, denied those allegations and said his priority was the safety of their son. 3 days before ABC was set to premiere Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette, the network canceled the season outright. The turning point was a resurfaced 2023 domestic violence video, but that was only part of the story. By then, a new Utah domestic assault investigation was already open, and court action was moving fast. If you follow verified case timelines
Wow, you guys, so there was another
like this, subscribe.
So wait, okay, so this is the deal. I was looking at some of the stuff for her, and oh my gosh, you guys, there's just so much. But she was booked and then released hours later. It's literally on one of the first episodes. He's saying the boyfriend saying that he wasn't the one that called 911, that a neighbor called. And he's right, because in the first, it's like the first or second episode or whatever, you see the cops come and the neighbor says to the cop, all we hear is screaming, and I thought I heard the girl saying, get off of me. So the cops go up there, and they're kind of like, you know, they want to know what's going on. They're like, open the door, da-da. So, but when they go up, they hear them screaming. Well, long story short, they clearly see within a few seconds that it's him that is in danger, not her. So she winds up getting arrested. It was like, wow. So this right here, we're going to watch part of this, and then I'll go back to a PowerPoint or two, and then we'll watch another video or two, and then we'll wrap it up. We're not going to make this too long of a live stream because, again, tomorrow's one of my long days. But let's see what long crime. So they come up with, I love saying long crime. Make sure everybody goes over and likes and subscribes. I'm already subscribed. Let me like the video. There we go. I like the video. So let's see what long crime. They say that this is 11 shocking moments in the new Taylor Frankie Paul body cam video.
Frankie Paul.
No, Taylor, okay.
Hey,
get
Taylor,
out of my house, Dakota.
The reality star / MomTok influencer's name has been making headlines again for a now infamous video surrounding her 2023 domestic violence arrest.
Leave me alone.
We just got a brand new video from the aftermath of this violent altercation, and we're breaking down every jaw-dropping moment.
You guys, I want to show you something.
Taylor Frankie Paul.
No,
Watch.
Taylor, okay.
Hey,
get
Taylor,
out of my house, Dakota.
The reality star / MomTok influencer's name has been making headlines again
I went back too far.
for a now infamous video surrounding her 2023 domestic violence arrest.
So apparently, you guys, she's drinking here like she was drunk, and he is sober. So that is, you know, alarming to me in itself. The fact that he's sober, and he tells her in an episode before this that he cannot be around people, and that if she wants, you know, if she sees that as part of her life, that's fine, but he just needs to tell her that he can't be around that, at least not yet. And she comes home drunk anyway, and she's already very emotional. You see her here break down for a second, but this isn't just for a second like here. It happens often in the episode.
Leave me alone.
So
We just got
my
a
gosh.
brand new...
All right, so right here, you'll see how upset she gets very quickly. But then, like, not in this particular clip, but there's other clips where she'll get upset, and then, I don't know, you'll see.
Video from the aftermath of this violent altercation, and we're breaking down every jaw-dropping moment.
I mean, I think my finger's broken, dude. Like, my I don't know. Is there a bump there?
He pushed me into the wooded thing, so I reacted.
This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. You know, we're able to bring you this story because of our 5 years. Unless you went viral and Paul. Now, here's what we didn't see on body cam video. Prior to police showing up to the reality star's home, she and her boyfriend Dakota Mortensen had been fighting for hours. But this fight wasn't just harsh words. It was violent, and in front of Taylor's daughter, whom she shares custody with her ex-husband.
It's not okay.
I don't give a
Let me go. Stop.
A lot of us have seen this cell phone video, which was obtained by TMZ. We can't show the video in full because of YouTube guidelines, but Taylor Frankie Paul is seen charging out Dakota. At one point, she puts him in a headlock. At another point, she throws metal bar stools in his direction. One of those stools even hit Taylor's daughter, who was on the couch during the incident. Fast forward to when police arrive, we're getting a new glimpse of the aftermath. So officers approach Taylor's home, where you can still hear screaming coming from inside.
Yeah,
Oh, this is it.
front door right here.
Let me know if you make contact. Don't bring buddy.
So you clearly hear them yelling.
Contact the front door.
Stop!
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
She's.
All right, so you see here, you guys, she's clearly out of breath, and she says, shut up. You'll see.
Contact the front door.
Stop!
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
She's hammered.
And so is he.
I'm sober.
But throw stuff at me.
How about
Taylor, stop.
how about we separate
Taylor,
for now?
you need to just calm down.
You throw it at me.
Oh my God, that's why.
Stop.
Just
We're not doing.
Oh, that's why, you guys, because they literally watch her hit him. Oh, she is hammered. And she literally says, so is he, and he's not. He's like, I'm sober.
sober.
But throw stuff at me.
How about
Taylor,
how
stop.
about we separate
Taylor,
for now?
you need to just calm down.
You throw it at me.
Hey, stop.
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 Just
We're not doing this.
Okay, but he threw me out in the garage.
No, because she is attacking the crap out of
You
me.
threw me in the garage.
Stop.
Hey, stop.
lying.
Okay.
You can just
Okay.
go
Okay.
that way.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
want to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't need people
Okay, you're
throwing
good.
hands at people.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you
Please don't let me
separately.
take any of my stuff. Please watch my.
Okay. Okay.
Please just watch him so he doesn't
Yeah.
take any of my stuff.
Do you have my other officer is going to stay with him? Okay.
Where's my phone then?
Do you have a jacket or anything?
Wait, what'd she say? Where's my what?
So he doesn't
Yeah.
take any of my stuff.
Do you have my other officer is going to stay with him? Okay.
Where's my phone then?
Do you have a jacket or anything?
Yeah?
I want to talk to you.
I have no idea what
Do
she
you have a
said.
jacket or anything?
He doesn't
you
take
have-
any of my stuff.
Do you have
Sorry.
my other officer is going to stay with him? Okay.
Where's my phone then?
Do you have a
Oh,
jacket?
my
or anything?
phone.
Yeah?
I want to talk to you with
Can I
that
get my phone, please?
Yeah.
Where's my phone? Hey, can I grab my phone from him? Can I grab my
I
phone?
don't have your phone, Taylor.
Then where is it?
You threw it at me.
Will you find
It's
your
right
phone?
here.
Let's try calling
Taylor.
the phone before we get super freaked out. Mom.
I'll take you. Where do you want to go?
I just want to talk to you like out of earshot.
Okay, do you guys see how upset she is? And I'm not saying that she doesn't have a reason to be upset, obviously, right? But here, and look, there's cartoons on in the background. Oh, I don't remember this whole video. They didn't show this whole thing, obviously, in the show. But look at how emotional she is. And again, I know she's drinking, right? But you'll see, even when she's not drinking, she often, like, this is how upset she gets when she gets upset. Like, it's a very intensity, it's very intense. You'll see here.
I just want to talk to you like out of earshot.
Yeah, phone, thank you.
Dakota says earlier in the night he picked up Taylor from a party and she was hammered. Now, if you follow Secret Lives of Mormon Wives or even MomTok, Taylor and Dakota's relationship was fairly new at this point. They've only been together about 6 months. Taylor was coming out of a divorce, a soft swinging scandal, and Dakota thinks that might have played a role in her heightened emotions that night.
She's been through a lot, so she's just going through a lot of pain right now. So what's she freaking out about right now? Well,
Oh my God, you guys, isn't that such a thing to say as like somebody who's been like, we see that she was hitting him and she gets arrested for it more than a month. So, but he's like, I don't even think he's trying to pick up for her here in the sense, I don't even think that he thinks that he's going to get, like, that she's going to get in trouble. I think that this is literally what we see in victim behavior. We're just seeing it in the guy instead of the girl. Hey, Andrea. So listen again.
She's been through a lot, so she's just going through a lot of pain right
Come here, Thor.
So what's she freaking out about right now? Well, she just got a divorce. They just separated with the 2 kids.
The kids are over there with him, probably.
Well, they're here right now.
Oh, there's kids here?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
That's why I've been trying to leave the entire...
Oh, that's terrible. And he said, I've been trying to leave. I don't know that I like that. Like, I feel like he's going to leave her there with the kids like that. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
She is like beating... I mean, throwing stuff... I think she broke my door. Like, I'm like... I'm like trying to just get out of here. Like, especially because I know...
She's so agitated to the idea of leaving.
Because I think she knows that she messed up. I think it's like hurting her now, and she's like, "Oh, I just lost him." Because I'm like, I can't put up with this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just.
Okay, that part I'm not really sure what that means because they fight like this often. I think just this time, either the neighbor heard it for the first time or has heard it so much that is like she's like, I'm just calling the cops now. So I'm really not sure.
Can't. I mean, she's just like screaming, like, I'm like, whoa. I've never seen this side to her ever.
Right. How long have you guys been dating?
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were dating 6 months here. Hey, Army vet. I would leave. As a man, that's not safe for him. Army vet, that is a good point. That's actually a really good point. You're right. But what about there's kids there, Army vet? She is trashed.
And then where do you live?
Can I just grab some water real quick?
That's fine.
My mouth is so dry.
Where do you live?
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab your name for the
Yeah.
So, what's been some physicality and stuff like that?
Yes.
She's been,
I mean, I'm not.
is she like biting you, punching you?
All of the above. I mean,
Now, you guys, I did see in the video, the show, they show her, so there must be like a camera, either a camera going, there's either like a Nest type camera or the show was still taping when she gets home that night. So they show her going in the door. So we know that, I know at least from seeing that he was home. So he must have been home watching the kids while she was out.
throwing everything at me. I mean, I got metal chairs hit me.
Do you have any injuries that need to be addressed?
I mean, yeah, she effed my elbow up, and then she hit me 500 times in the face. So I don't even know what my face looks like. It's probably just red.
Bleeding or anything.
Okay.
Do you want someone to come check you out?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I was about to say, it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah,
so it's
no.
just,
I'm fine.
how do I spell your first name?
D-A.
Okay, so this is the thing, you guys. So here, what do you guys think? I think, like Army Vet said, he probably wanted to get out of there too because, like he said, this isn't a good place for him. So, I hope the kids just went to bed like normal. No, I hear you. You're right. But listen, you guys, what about this? Excuse me. When they said, did she hit you or anything? I don't think that he's thinking here that she's getting arrested or that she's going to get arrested. Why do I think that? Because I think we've normalized in our culture a woman just like hitting, like backhanding her husband in the arm like that, as if that wasn't like, because she's smaller, that doesn't hurt. So we kind of normalize it, or we tend to shrug it off like, you know, no big deal. But I think that he's saying yes, not because he wants to get her in trouble, but because he wants them to know that he did not touch her, that this is her on him, not him on her. And I think that he, because then they say, do you need, someone to come check you out? And he's like, no, really, I'm good. Oh, it just goes on. Not on and on, but I mean, like, it just gets worse and worse.
K-O-T-A.
This isn't the end of it. Oh, I like that he goes over and checks the kid.
Dakota, what's your last name?
And that's so tragic for the kid.
M-O-R
Mortensen.
How long has she been going like that?
Oh, dude, it's been like maybe hour and a half now, maybe a little longer. Straight, dude. Like.
Meanwhile, just a few feet away outside, Taylor can barely keep it together.
Just go ahead and just focus on breathing for me.
Okay, go ahead.
So Taylor, right?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Paul.
Oh my god, you guys, I didn't see this part, and this part just further validates, like, she's clearly in pain mentally, right? Like, she's clearly having, you know, a moment. But this is the thing. If this was isolated, you could say she's having a breakdown here, but there's so many other times, like, if you just go through the seasons and the shows that I've seen so far, there's other times where this happens, and then there's other times where they show her where she's, like, feeling herself, like, big time, like, she's, and as they should.
Do you need paramedics for anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Right. Have you had a little bit too much to drink tonight? I can smell the alcohol.
She said,
strong.
Sure, but not anything crazy. I went out on a girls' night and I came home. Safe driving.
Okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about, like, do I need to call paramedics to come check you out?
No, I think.
She just said safe driving, you guys. She's lucky she didn't get a DUI.
A little bit too much to drink tonight? I can smell the alcohol pretty strong.
Sure, but not anything crazy. I went out on a girls' night and I came home. Safe driving.
Okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about, like, do I need to call paramedics to come check you out?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Your last name, Paul?
Yeah, I'm.
So wait, take notice. The minute she thinks that they're going to call, look at her face here. Do you guys remember when we talked about contempt before? And I said contempt is, it's like a partial smile. You'll see it like one side will have, it'll be like crunch, like this. Like if you look at her mouth right there, it's crunched right there on the side. And contempt is one of the basic emotions that you're born with. So it's one of those emotions that we can't get a hold of or try to cover up. It's just something that comes through. And you'll see contempt, but then you'll see her break down. And then you'll see her get it together. And again, you could also say that she's, you know, drinking and this, that, and the other. And she is. She definitely is. And it's definitely exacerbated by that 100%. But you'll also see similar behavior elsewhere. Thank you guys so much for hitting the loves. That really does help the stream.
Okay.
Thank
your
you.
last name, Paul?
Yeah, I'm always like hurting, I guess.
You're what?
I'm emotionally hurting. I'm not physically hurting. I'm emotionally hurting.
Okay. So your last name is just Paul?
Yep.
Okay. What's your birthday?
So she's giving her phone number there. So why she does that, Army Vet makes a great point and says many male victims fear that if they call the police, their partner will make counter accusations and current arrest trends. Men often feel that the default assumption is that the man is the aggressor. And that's exactly right, which is why I think he's like, oh yeah, she hit me. Like, you know, well, me, it's her. Not realizing, and they saw her hit him anyway, so it was probably, you know, she was probably in trouble already anyway.
I can call their dad to come get the kids.
I never saw this whole thing.
I can just go and do whatever, and
I can call the...
What's your phone number?
What did I do wrong so I can help myself? What did I do wrong? Help me to know so I can do better.
Well, it's not Taylor, look at me. It's not that you did anything wrong per se. We are just, the neighbors called in thinking that someone's getting hurt.
No one's getting hurt. I'm just emotionally hurt because I'm getting divorced and I'm just hurt.
Is that?
Did she say because I'm getting divorced?
What?
Oh, thank you. Is that what's going on tonight that started everything?
Yeah, I'm emotionally super hurt. I can't help anyone. I'm just so hurt emotionally.
I believe that.
I'm sorry. Can I get a drink of water? I'm just really hurting. I can get my husband to come get the kids if that's easier. I don't really want. I don't want anyone.
That's interesting. So you guys, this is in the beginning of the shows. Remember I told you season 1? So she's still technically married to her first husband here. So she starts dating him. They've been dating for about 6 months. So he's already watching the kids, right? While it's her night and she's out with her friends. So that already was like, here. But I guess it's part of her job. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Hi, Linnell. Oh, it's crazy though, right?
Wants for me. I'm so hurt.
So, tell me what happened tonight.
He pushed me in the garage, and it's fine. I don't give a. I just want to move on. I don't give a. I just want to move on. I don't care. I pushed him. I hit him.
Oh, she meant it.
I don't want to think about it. Can I get a drink, please? Please?
Can you promise not to talk to him while we go in there?
Sure.
I just don't want
gosh.
anything escalating to an argument or fight while we go in there. Okay? Okay, let's go.
Oh no.
We're just getting some water. Don't talk to each other.
Oh, this is so not good for her kids. This is terrible, you guys.
My family in Tampa. Oh yeah, I'm from Portland.
Oh sweet, yeah, I'm right on.
I just saw that. I know, like,
Yeah.
two over there.
I just need to figure out what happened, but we need to go back out there.
I haven't been there in 45 after high school.
I need to finish talking to you and figure out what happened tonight.
What do you need from me?
So I just need you to tell me what happened tonight. So you went out on a girls' night. You said that, right?
Yeah, he came pick me up from girls' night.
And then what happened?
And he went out the way home.
So when you describe that to me, about what?
I wonder who was there with the kids. I guess she maybe had a babysitter.
I guess having fun with the girls. And he was going to a concert, but he was like, we're not going to the concert now. And he came home. And then we were fighting. We were fighting at each other. And then I was going at him, I guess hitting him. And then he pushed me into the kids' stuff. And then I went ballistic because he pushed me so hard. And then I fought back, and then we were just fighting, and I just let him out.
Where did the kids go?
And my daughter's right there, and then my son's up sleeping because we had my family member that was babysitting.
There you go.
And it's all, I guess it's all.
With you guys fighting, do you have any injuries?
No, I think I'm okay. My fingers hurt. I think I'm okay.
Can I see your hands?
Yeah, I just want to go to bed.
Just like this.
I just want to go to bed.
I wonder at what point he decides to arrest her. Army vet, do you think he already knows at this point that he's going to arrest her? She needs real help. You're right, Billy, right? Oh, if she was a man, they would have had a cuffs on her. You're so right. And drunk around the kids, shaking my head. I agree with that.
I think I'm okay. I'm good.
What about the other side?
My kids have never seen me drunk, but that's just because I'm a nerd and I don't drink.
And then
I'm sorry, I just want my dad. I just want my dad. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, you guys. Before I say that, Billy says on the interview she was saying she had 2 metal cans in her hand one day and got so angry she crushed them and got deep cuts in her hand. She was saying how amazing it felt. You guys, I see borderline personality and histrionic personality behaviors. I'm not diagnosing anyone. On a podcast. Wow. Yeah, right? Yeah, I've never been drunk. Your daughter's never seen you drunk either. That's good. Andrea says putting on the tears like harder here. And what do you guys think? Because I could see that too. But I see like how she definitely views intensity and mixes up intensity, which one of my slides that we're going to watch in a couple of minutes, or that I'm going to go over in a couple of minutes, we'll see that there.
Sorry, what's up?
Just wait out here, okay?
Officers are trying to dig into what happened. Right now, it's truly a he said, she said.
So you don't live here,
No.
and these kids are hers?
Yes.
Okay. So you're coming home. You're upset because she's intoxicated.
Well, I'm not.
She mentioned something. She mentioned something about. It's okay to be upset.
Yeah.
She mentioned something about you had like a concert. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So she was having girls, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to a concert with my friend." And she was like, "Oh no, like, come pick me up. I want to come with you." So that's why we picked her up, and that was our plan. We were gonna come back here because she didn't have her ID on her. She was gonna grab her ID here, and then we were gonna go to the concert. But once I picked her up, I was like, "No."
You're in no condition.
Yeah, you're no, like absolutely not. That was pissing her off. The thing she was saying to me was where I was getting more upset. It wasn't necessarily that part.
What was
like,
she saying?
Oh, just like awful things to me, you know. I mean, just like as far as like just tearing me down, I guess, you know, like just saying mean things about me. So like, you know, that sucks. Like, but I also just went silent for a good 30, 40 minutes too while she was just screaming and crying and
So he said I went silent for 30 to 40 minutes while she was screaming and crying. So the worst thing you could do for somebody that has a hard time regulating emotion is to be silent. Being silent is almost worse or just as bad as you leaving. So I don't know that it's almost worse, but it would be just as bad. So it would feel like abandonment either way. Either you're not talking to me and I need you. So like, why aren't you talking to me? So he just said, what did he say? She was screaming and crying for 30 to 40 minutes.
so like, you know, that sucks.
I never saw
but
this.
I also just went silent
Whole
for a
thing.
good 30, 40 minutes too while she was just screaming and crying and yeah, and then like, I mean, it wasn't really anything crazy to be honest with you until we got here. Once I pulled in here, I'm trying to think when it started. She started hitting me. Oh, because I tried to leave. I was like, I'm gonna leave. Oh no, she came in here first. Yeah, she came in here and threw her phone at me, and I was like, and this was like in front of like 2 of her family members, and she's like screaming at me like.
Oh, wow. So the 2 family members, and look, she must be coming in or something. Look at his face. He just shuts down right there.
You're outside, I'm inside. This is my house. Get out.
Taylor, okay.
No, Taylor, okay.
Hey,
Get
Taylor,
out of my house.
I told
Oh my God.
you how this was going down.
What?
Okay, we're trying to be.
I just need that.
Forward. Okay, so sorry it's cold outside.
No, you're good.
This is actually fine. Like I all I care is that you guys are separated. And
Yeah, no.
Not continuing.
Dude, yeah, like I said, I was telling him, I mean, all I've been trying to do for the last hour and a half has been is to leave. I mean, I'm just being bombarded, stealing my keys. She's jumping on my truck, slamming my doors. Like, I think my
So
truck
is that
doors...
your white truck?
Yeah, I think my truck door's broke. Like...
Oh yeah, you guys. That's like That's big time emotional dysregulation. It seems like a lot of trauma. Oh, I know what I was going to say before. She said in that thing to the cop, she said, I saw my dad. I saw my dad. I watched the season this season that she's talking about here, and she has her mom take her to like her hometown or whatever, and she wants to go ask questions. This is in season 4, so I believe this was the most recent season because she's getting ready for the Bachelorette, and all of this is like happening. They were like still pretty much together right before the Bachelorette. She was like dating, she starts like dating other people, or like tries to, but then like she'll end up in bed with him and the friends get mad. But I don't know. I don't know how she was able to hide it as much before the Bachelorette.
She was on top of my truck jumping. Like, dude, I can't even.
Oh, wait, real quick. At one point, she told her mom that she might be pregnant. She obviously wasn't, but this was like when she was supposed to be going on the Bachelorette. And it was just so irresponsible, but in so many ways.
Believe what just
in my
happened.
opinion.
You want? Let's go look at your truck.
Let's rewind about 5 minutes earlier to see what led to Taylor kicking Dakota out of her home. Again, all of this happening as her young daughter is right on the living room couch.
What's the issue? Why am I outside my own house?
I think the reason that you're just out here is just because the cold air helps you kind of calm down a little
It
bit.
doesn't. I'm hurting. I'm hurting inside. So
You're hurting physically? Like, do you need to
no,
get checked out?
emotionally. What is? I can't care why I'm outside my house and he's inside. Bring him out here and me inside. This is my house.
Right. And we can do that here in a minute. We were just hoping that a little bit of breathing cold air would be nice. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Helen.
You're outside. I'm inside.
Hey.
No, Taylor, okay.
Hey,
Get
Taylor,
out of my house,
When
Dakota.
I told you how this was going down,
Oh.
okay?
You guys, like 10 seconds ago, we watched it from the other way. So we watched it from the other cops thing, and they're showing it why she comes in. Remember when we said that, or when I said, look, he sees her coming in?
My house.
Right. And we can do that here in a minute. We were just hoping that a little bit of
I can't
breathing
believe she
cold
goes
air would
on.
be nice. Hey. Hey, Helen.
You're outside. I'm inside.
Hey.
No, Taylor, okay.
Hey,
Get
Taylor,
out of my house,
When
Dakota.
I told you how this was going down, okay, we're trying to be kind right now and just find out what's going on. But if you stop
Okay.
listening to the things we're saying,
Okay, you're good. You're
Then
you're
it's
good. No
problem.
worries. You're being nice. I get it. You're good. I get it.
So when I say-
he's pushed me in my garage, the man in my garage to my kids' stuff.
your children are here and you need to stop yelling and you need to take your volume down considerably.
You're good. Understandable. You're right.
And
Who
so
is
when
she
I asked you
calling?
not to make a phone call right now and you're doing it,
Is what illegal?
no, but what I'm saying is
Dad?
you're being problematic.
Please come to my house. They go to push me in my garage, and the police are saying that I can't talk about it.
No, that's not what we're saying at all.
Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? Just curious.
I'm saying for you to take deep breaths because you're very intoxicated and you're screaming in
Sure.
the street.
But he was
And you're
pushing me.
refusing to calm down and you're being very loud while your children are trying to
Sleep
relax.
upstairs with the white noise.
What about that one right there sitting on the couch?
What's up?
Yes. Yeah. You just need to chill.
Oh my God, you guys. I paused that at a perfect moment. Look at that stare. Talk about the 3 whites. Holy mackerel. She stares at him. But do you guys see how she just went from hysterical to like, oh.
What I'm telling what I'm saying is take
Are
deep
you married?
breaths.
Kids?
That is irrelevant.
It's not.
It is.
Do you know how I feel in it?
I do, which is why
Do you know
I
how I
asked
was
you to
pushed
calm
garage
down.
by a man?
Did you explain that to Officer Rubenberg?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and that's why he's.
Wait, do you know how what?
Feel in it?
I do, which is why.
Do you know how I
I
was
asked you
pushed garage by a man?
Did you explain that?
Get
to
pushed
Officer
by a man?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and that's why he's doing his investigation right now.
Okay.
My job is to assist you.
It's
in
not
calming
relevant
down.
then.
My personal life is not terribly relevant right now. My job is to
You
help
should
you
have-
calm down,
Okay.
which I am trained in helping people do.
Okay.
But you need to listen to.
Can
the
I have
things
water?
I'm saying.
Can I have water? Am I okay to get that?
I said you are. What I'm telling you is to chill out and stop making so much noise.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Isn't that very privileged in my opinion? Does anybody else see that privileged behavior that we see with like Mackenzie and stuff like that? I'm sorry, I need to get a drink.
Because
She's making me
I'm
thirsty.
not making noise, I'm getting water.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at her.
Extremely intoxicated. I'm like a 2 out of 10. Please, enlighten me on that. By the way, test me if you want with your breathalyzer on my house. Please, that I got a safe driver for.
Oh my gosh.
Please,
I'm
enlighten
not
me.
interested in doing that.
Why not?
What I'm asking you
That he
is
pushed me in my garage?
Simply calm down.
That he pushed me in my garage?
We are interested in that.
Enlighten me on that, by the way, officer.
If you'll let me talk.
You guys, I don't think she's used to being... Look at her home again. Oh my god. I stopped it at the perfect time again. I don't think she's used to not getting her way. She's really like, what the heck?
I would like to.
Go for it.
Officer Rugebrecht is the primary officer here. My job is to help you calm down because you're extremely agitated.
But I'm extremely calm, by the way.
Now you are, because we're working with you, whereas before
Because
you
I
were
just got
curled up
hydrated.
in the fetal position on the ground.
Because I was hurting emotionally.
Continue to
With my dad about to get here, by the way.
Oh.
So he can witness this.
That's fine. We just need to have...
Okay, so take notice, you guys. Remember, and again, I am not diagnosing disorder. I'm just doing behavior analysis. And the fact that her dad... So she goes and sees her dad in this episode. I don't know how it works out, but she winds up realizing, like, it's not all it was cracked up to be type thing. So she has a dad that's been in her life her whole life, her stepdad. So, but here, right, like, it's her dad now. Like, she wants her dad now. And as soon as her dad said he was on the way, did you notice how her whole demeanor changed? When I talk about someone who has emotional dysregulation, especially somebody, and I don't know this to be true for her, but somebody with like a borderline type traits, think of it as like liquid jello, in that your emotions are just liquid, they're not solid. And with a strong mold, they become like solid jello. So think of it as jello, liquid jello. And with a strong mold, it becomes solid jello. But when that mold's lifted, it becomes liquid jello again. Her relationship with this boyfriend is being lifted. That's the strong mold. He's sober. He provides a strong mold for her. He's Mormon. He's like all the things. He winds up having a baby with her eventually too. So they do wind up like rekindling after this. But her dad now so that was lifted. She was a mess. She couldn't emotionally regulate. And then now her dad's on his way, and it was another strong mold, in my opinion. So now she's like, up to it again.
Everybody just stop running around.
Okay, go for it,
Everybody stop
officer.
being broken up.
That has no empathy for me.
Go
by the
for
way,
it,
with the man
officer.
pushing me in the garage.
I absolutely do have empathy with you.
What
but
empathy
I'm
do
allowing...
you have?
I'm allowing...
He just pushed me to the garage.
Can I explain? I'd like to explain, please. Officer Rugebrecht is the officer in charge. He's the one that's doing all of the interviewing of everybody, okay? My job is to keep everybody from causing further harm or trauma, or for people running around and causing issues, okay? So it's not that I can't hear the story. The thing is, Officer Rugebrecht is the one who has to be aware of all of these things, because he's making the ultimate determinations, and he's the one that's doing the interviewing. So that's why I didn't interview you, and I didn't interview Dakota.
You did. Yeah, this side.
No, I sat here with him and calmed him down. I had him take calming breaths,
My hand's aching.
and I found out whose truck was outside. Little things, right?
My hand's the one aching.
Would
I
you
don't know
like
why.
paramedics to come look at your hand?
No, I don't, but it's aching. He did something to it.
Did
He
you
pushed me
tell
to the
Officer
garage.
Rugebrecht about your
I
hand
don't
injury?
know what I told him.
Well, we'll have Officer Rugebrecht come
Hey.
back in here when he's done talking with him, and you can tell him about your aching hand.
Okay.
My
But
job
her
is to
kid's just
encourage
sitting
you
there
to
watching
keep
all
breaths.
this.
What is your job exactly? To arrest me or to arrest him? Or what is it? Please, so I can call someone out of my kids and he could take me in.
No, he's not the kid's father.
My job is to assist Officer Rugebrecht in making sure everybody stays calm.
Taylor's parents arrived to the home shortly after, and both seem shocked over what they see.
Hi. So,
Oh my god, look at the mess.
I'm her dad. Dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going
You
on?
wait in the car, and then I'll talk to you alone. Code 4, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. I'm also Rugabrat. Well, like, there's no easy way to put it, like, tonight. I need to ask if you're willing to watch the kids.
100%.
Unfortunately, I have to make an arrest of her, and it sucks, because, like, it's never easy.
Yeah.
But I need someone to watch the kids.
Yeah.
Like, this all happened in front of the kids, and honestly, like, it's alcohol.
Yeah, she's drunk.
It's very. And unfortunately, because of that and what happened tonight, I don't have, like, Utah's very strict as far as how domestic violence investigations
There you go.
go. I can't talk to you about the details of the case, just because she's an adult and all that stuff. But that's the biggest thing I need from you is be able to watch the kids, because I can't leave them alone.
No, and I'll take them.
And all that. So if you could, we can start that and then kind of go from there.
Okay.
Wow.
Actually, you know what?
Where's your car at?
Where'd you park?
Right behind you guys.
I don't know where her car is at the moment.
Neighbors called in saying they could just hear her wailing and screaming and hitting on the truck.
Okay, you guys, so this is her mom. So now this is her mom with the other cop.
Dakota, who I think she's dating. And this is all right in front of her kids right there in the living room, and she's hitting him with chairs and all kinds of things. And the kids, I think one of them's upstairs sleeping. The other one was just there watching a TV show and was in the middle of her going pretty ballistic. It's pretty torn up in there. You know, there's some holes in walls and stuff like that.
Really?
So we're having a conversation about what, and
Because she's not like that. Like, she's not
she's pretty drunk, yeah.
But she is like that, you guys. When you watch the show, she is like that. And her mom saying she's not like that right there, I guess she's being a mom, right? She doesn't want to see her daughter get in trouble. But at the same time, that also, you know, holds off accountability. But I get it. I probably would have done the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, she probably doesn't want to see her kid be in trouble. But just so you guys know, that's not what the TV shows.
I think your husband
But look at all the
was
lights
going
on.
to
They're
try
like-
and
Get the
get the
kids.
kids for the night. We're trying to determine, is this domestic violence? Is this what it is? Because in the state of Utah, if there is something domestic violence, we have to act. We actually don't even have a choice. And so that's Officer Rugebrecht is doing a lot of the investigation side of this. But it sounds like you guys might be taking the kiddos, doing some dates.
Yeah, I came. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I
like,
think
I was hoping they weren't here.
Let's see here. I don't know if they are here, and unfortunately the one was right there in the middle of it, and there was a lot of, even when I was here trying to calm her down, there was a ton of screaming, and so we were, as we were speaking with her, you know, she was screaming and hollering. I was trying to calm her down. That was when she called you because she was freaking out, and I was just like, you need to just chill. Like, this is something your kids are going to tell their therapist about in 20 years. Like, let's just...
Okay, well, he didn't say that, but...
You know, because it was rough. So we've been trying to calm mostly.
Do you want to grab?
I'm taking. Just go home.
No, I'm gonna go.
I'm taking
That's
them
fine.
home.
I want to go talk to her.
You can't. They won't. You can't go in there.
Why?
They're arresting her. They're taking her.
Let me ask Officer Rugebrecht if we've come to that point where then
That's
we
what
can
he
let you
told
guys
me.
into the back.
They're gonna arrest her.
Yes. Go home and get in bed.
No, I came to get my grandkids.
Go home and get in bed.
I'm bringing them home.
I don't care. I know. I'm not. I'm here.
Taylor admits to throwing hands and chairs at Dakota that night. She claims it was to defend herself, but she was the only one placed under arrest.
The hard part is that, like, I'm getting two different stories.
Okay.
As far as tonight's concerned, based on what I've seen and what's taken place, at this time you're going to be placed under arrest
Why?
for DV. for domestic
Look at her
violence.
face.
Okay. So before I talk to you more about it, I need you to turn around and place your hands behind your back.
Look, let's watch that again. Let's look at her face. She is shocked. But again, this is that entitlement behavior. And as soon as she's shocked, you're going to see it change. And I believe she winds up saying at some point that this whole thing like was a pivotal moment in her life and that it wound up being for the best. Hey, you two bad actors. How you doing?
I've seen and what's taken place. At this time, you're going to be placed under arrest for DV, for domestic violence. Okay?
She's like,
so
what?
Before I talk to you more about it, I need you to turn around and place your hands behind your back.
So is he not at all?
Not tonight, no.
I'm confused. So he pushed me and I'm under arrest? Why?
I can talk to you more about it.
That's fine, but I'm just curious why.
She said, why I'm under an arrest for DUI.
I'm going to my. I'm going to hold the talk or not?
Yeah.
I'm good.
And just give me a second.
I'm going to my. Why am I under arrest? So you're going against her, his word against mine, correct?
It's based on the evidence that I've seen at the, like, here tonight.
Oh my God, you guys.
Just all the stuff on the ground and you throwing things at him and all that.
Are we allowed to ask him or is that not allowed?
Ask him
What do you mean
what?
by asking?
Because when he sees this, he's not going to agree to it.
Oh my God, look at her. She still thinks she's getting out of this.
Airman 4482, one female. Let's walk to my car.
I'm allowed to ask questions.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'll remind her. I didn't mean to call.
4482, one female. Let's walk to my car.
Let's walk to my
I'm
car.
allowed to ask questions or
Yes,
not?
you can.
Okay, so can we ask him?
Yeah, I did. I did talk to him, and I told him how tonight was going to go.
He
And
said that's fine.
he understood. He was very, upset about it. But
What is he upset about? So I'm curious how I pissed my pants tonight and I'm getting under arrest, I guess. Can you help me with that?
Did she just say I pissed
part
my
of that
pants? Did she just say I pissed my pants and I'm under arrest?
So I'm curious how I pissed my pants tonight and I'm getting under arrest, I guess. Can you help me with that?
part of that could be. There's a lot of factors about that.
What is it?
But the main thing.
Can I tell my mom and dad? And him,
If they
please?
want, I just don't want to traumatize your kids. That's
Okay,
that's
my
my
kids
biggest
are
concern.
asleep, so can we talk to
No,
them?
your daughter's in the living room.
Can I talk to Dakota then?
Wait, did she say my kids are asleep?
And him,
If they
please?
want, I just don't want to traumatize your kids. That's
Okay,
that's
my
my
kids
biggest
are
concern.
asleep, so can we talk
My
to
kids
No,
them?
your
asleep.
daughter's in the living room.
Can I talk to Dakota then?
That's probably not a good idea. Because I don't want you guys to argue.
Can I ask him what? I'm confused how I'm being arrested. Is that him in his truck right here? This is
Yeah,
his
we're
truck.
not talking to him.
Okay.
She wants to talk to her
Dakota
parents.
in the truck.
We're not. You're not talking to him.
I'm being arrested, I guess, for pushing Dakota.
Well, yeah, it's domestic violence.
He pushed me too into that one thing right there.
Is there, okay, as far as, I don't want you guys talking about the
About
case,
what?
but is there anything that you can
Look.
talk to them about the kids? Taking care of them, anything like that?
I guess no.
Do you have your phone on you?
Her phone isn't here on the table.
Have it.
Okay.
Alright, am I good to let them in to start?
Do you have posters?
Yes.
Why am I not allowed to talk to Dakota?
Oh my God.
Because
Because you're getting arrested for DV.
He's a victim.
Sure,
Yeah.
but he
You're
pushed me
suspect.
too, and I'm a girl.
Right, and that.
And I'm a girl.
Time in court to talk.
Wow, you guys, let me tell you why this is so interesting here. On the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the whole show, there's a huge patriarchy, the Mormon church, like all of the things, they're like trying to fight against it. So it's like girl power. But in my opinion, like when you're not allowed to do something, it makes you want to do it more. Well, that's what I'm getting here. Oh my God, Daniel. How you doing, Daniel? Daniel. Oh my God. Daniel. Oh my God. So, you guys. She literally right here, and I want to switch back over real quick to one of my PowerPoint slides, my nerdy PowerPoint slide, because I have a slide on this. So instead of me just talking, let me just show you what I have. So back to this real quick, and then we'll go right back to that. Okay, so this was the traditional marriage versus the MomTok. That's where, or MomTok. And again, MomTok is their social media, their TikTok, but for moms. There's like 8 girls. They like rotate in and out, but there's like these, like there's like 6 to 8 girls that you see often. These right here, these 6 are like core people. This is her boyfriend. So chaos is not love. So this is where we left off. So this is important. I think that she's mistaking, in my opinion, I think she's mistaking intensity, you guys. So I think she's caught between 2 completely different relationship systems. So she has the traditional, that traditional Mormon, upbringing. And then she's got this like bursting out of it. I can't even explain it. Like she just gets divorced and it's like she's like living the life that she didn't have or that she missed out on, if you will. She's very much rebelling. That's the word I'm looking for. She's very much rebelling. So this is one of the biggest mistakes people make, is confusing intensity with love. Intensity is not love. Let me say that again. Intensity is not love. Just because something feels intense does not mean that it's love. Just because something feels extremely horrible does not make it hate, right? So intensity, that's not love. It's just intensity, right? It's infatuation, but it's just intensity. A relationship that's full of dramatic arguments, jealousy, making up, emotional highs and lows can feel incredibly powerful. It really can, especially when people have that like makeup. If you ever are having makeup sex, don't do it. Let me say that again. If you're having makeup sex, don't do it. And let me tell you why. You wind up reinforcing arguing with romance, right? And think about it. So now it winds up getting to a point where it's classically conditioned. And when something's classically conditioned, it occurs even in the absence of that other thing, just meaning that in the absence of arguing, sex doesn't occur. So people wind up arguing, not even realizing that they're picking arguments with each other so that they could get to the makeup part. Some people will straight tell you that that's what they're doing. Like people will be very open about that. But just make sure that if you're in a relationship where things are very intense or dramatic, rethink it. And I don't mean that. I'm not even being sarcastic. I genuinely mean reflect on it and think about it and think, is this a relationship that I want to be in? I also want you to think, if you're in a bad relationship, I'm talking to you. I want to know, and if you in the comments are willing to share, please do. But if you're in, if you're not happy, are you with someone that is like the parent that disappointed you most? Let me say that again. Are you with someone that's like the parent that disappointed you most? And don't just react to that. Reflect on that. Like, of course, if you feel that, if you make that connection, great. But if you don't, before you say like, no, really think about it and think if there's any connection. We sometimes repeat history, but we wind up repeating it, hoping that we get a different ending. So, maybe in the generation before you, the same thing occurs and you don't think that the person, handles the situation right. Let me just make an example so that I can give you an example. Let's say mom and dad are together. They're very happy, but then mom finds out that dad cheats, right? So you have a daughter and she finds out dad cheats. It breaks her heart. I always tell people, when you cheat on your spouse, you cheat on your kids too, if you have kids. So that's so important. People don't always think of that. They might be mad at at a spouse. They might be mad at a boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, and they think that they're just hurting them, but they're not, or they're just getting their own needs met. That too, but that's not it. So here, people often describe relationships that are dramatic as passionate. That's not necessarily true. Passion and instability are not the same thing, okay? This is more unstable than it is passionate. What makes these relationships feel addictive is the fact that there's a cycle. There's the conflict, right? Then there's that panic. Then the reconciliation. So when I say the panic, I mean there's the breakdown of some sort. So there's a fight. For some people, this gets, more and more intense as time goes on, especially if somebody puts their hands on you. That never, ever, ever. If somebody puts their hands on you, especially if they've done it before and they've done it again, I would put money on it that it's going to happen again, even if they promise you that they swear this time that they're done, they're going to go to therapy, they're going to tell their mom so that somebody holds them account. I mean, all the things. You might give them another chance, but it's going to happen again. And the problem is that every time it happens, it escalates just a little bit. So not enough to where you really notice, just a little bit. And why? Because as it escalates, you're now starting to accept this bad behavior. It's becoming normalized, right? Because it's very slowly over time, just to where you can't really tell. So here, what makes this relationship is that addictive cycle. So like I said before, there's the conflict, then the argument or whatever it is there, then the reconciliation, and then the relief. And then that relief can feel so powerful that people begin to interpret it as proof of love. So in that relief, we'll often see love bombing. Love bombing is a huge one. And that can be somebody saying, like, look how much they love me. Oh, they sent me roses to my work. And now everybody at the office got to see how much they really love me. And now, let's say your friends at work are on the phone with their significant others at work, and they're like, oh, so-and-so got flowers at work, and now you're feeling all good, love bombing, right? So it's a very powerful feeling. Other people often don't know what's going on in your own home, so they don't know if this is an intense relationship as opposed to a loving one. Think about the relationships that end that you're like, wow, I didn't see that one coming. You didn't see it coming because you probably saw it as a perfect relationship, where when you see these perfect relationships, and sometimes there's great relationships, how I always tell, and this is just my personal, from what I've noticed, when people are bored, and I don't mean bored in a bad way, bored just meaning that there's not a ton of drama. So not this arguing and fighting and stuff. Bored just meaning, maybe bored's the wrong word, because bored's not a good thing. What's the word I'm looking for, you guys? When things are balanced, when they just are. And sometimes people might mistake that balance for boredom, and people often will get bored, and they will, seek out other things to make them excited, not realizing that, the grass isn't greener on the other side most of the time. So, healthy relationships do not require someone to constantly fear losing another person, okay? If you are in a healthy, loving relationship, no one is using fear to keep you. I promise you, that is not happening. Someone that uses fear, that's coercive control, right? That's coercive control. People do this with financial in a financial way. They could do it with the social media. I mean, there's just so many ways that this can occur. But people do not leave people walking on eggshells or wondering which version of the relationship they are going to get today. Nobody loves that. When you wake up in the morning, or when your husband or wife comes home from work that day, if you have to worry and walk on eggshells to see what type of mood they're in, like, are they coming home pissed off today? Are they going to be in a good mood? Like, you'll see even the kids will pick up on this. Sometimes they'll say things like, oh, I wonder what kind of mood she's in today. Or like, I wonder what kind of mood he's in today. Or like, thank God they're in a good mood. And that's sad to me when that happens, especially when it starts to roll into the family dynamics. And then, you know, your other spouse or your kids, things like that, start to pick up on it. And then it starts to affect them in some way. So if a relationship, you guys, feels exciting, it's only... Wait, let me say that again. If a relationship feels extremely intense, so when I say exciting, I don't mean like, oh, this is an exciting new relationship. I mean like it's roller coaster exciting. There's ups and downs. There's so many people that'll be like, oh, you know what? We fight sometimes, but you know, when we love, and when we fight. But that's like how I know that we love each other. I'll often hear people say, you don't know that you love somebody you only know that you really love somebody if you could picture yourself like doing them out. I was like, wait, what? I was like, that is not true. I hear that a lot. And I'm like, that is not true. Like that should never be the case. If you ever feel like you want to take out your spouse, rethink it. That's not healthy. That's not how it should feel. Ever. I promise you. And there shouldn't be so many ups and downs, especially when you have children around, because children soak that up and they just learn. Chances are you learn that behavior from your own upbringing, and now you're repeating that cycle in some way. And sometimes it'll be in a slightly different way, but the same idea. So you have to be careful of that. Okay, let's see. So remember that intensity does not mean love. It could mean chaos. So when fear replaces safety, let's see what happens. So when fear replaces safety, high conflict relationships often begin long before DV occurs. So, you know, if DV occurred on the first date, we wouldn't have so many cases, because people would just be like, oh, you know, they would call the cops on the person, or they would never see the person again, whatever the case may be. Even if, let's say, somebody wasn't violent on the first few dates, but let's say they gave you an idea that they were, let's say they tell you on the first date that they have, you know, a restraining order against them from 4 different women, like, I would hope that you're not going out with them again. And if you are, then a glutton for punishment you are, I guess. Hi, Duran. How are you? Welcome in, you guys. Come on in. So, you know, in that case, you know, but high conflict relationships, they start out real slow. And again, no, actually, let me take that back. When I say they start out real slow, I mean the DV starts out real slow. I don't mean the relationship does. As a matter of fact, the relationship part usually goes from 0 to 100 like that. So people literally will tell each other they love each other. Let's say you were like living in the shore house together. You go with your friends and somebody else has their friends, and you're living together with someone for 10 days. There's people that'll be like, oh my God, I'm in love with that person. Like, we've been together for 10 full days. That's like 10 weeks for other, like, huh? People will rationalize love in all the, you know, the wrong ways. Let's be honest. So love doesn't happen overnight. Now, could there be people that you meet that you think in your head, if this person turns out to be the person that I imagine them to be, I could probably be with this person forever? Absolutely. But that's different. People call that love at first sight. That's really not. That's kind of evolution, right? You're sifting through your possible partners that you might survive and reproduce with, so that you could pass your genetics on to the next generation. So in that sense, you know, anyway, let's keep going. When fear replaces safety, this is not good, you guys. So this is usually where there's first change in emotional atmosphere. So it goes from love bombing, and this might occur for, you know, a while. You might already be telling each other you love each other again, like I was saying, after a few weeks. So love bombing still occurring. Everything's like seeming so perfect. And then all of a sudden, and again, during those perfect times, you get vulnerable with each other. So you might trauma bond. You might trauma dump, on each other. And this might be a thing where you bond over a traumatic past, or you're like, you know what, this person's grown up as, again, I'll give an example. This person grew up with an alcoholic parent too. Like, they get me. They really understand what it's like to be a middle child of a parent that was an alcoholic and abusive. And so it's like, but you don't realize that if both of you haven't been through, now, could you say that if somebody's been through all of the treatment that they needed, both people, and then they met each other, you would say, well, can't that last? Sure, it could. It's just not common, right? So it's not probable. And most people don't get the help that they need. They just see it as that was a, relationship I went through. Nowadays, kids are not kids, I call them kids in their 20s and stuff. More kids or young adults are more likely to get therapy now, which is great. But a lot of people in my generation and older, not so much. So, this is still an issue in a lot of, the people that we socialize with online and in our own lives. So usually there's this first change in the emotional atmosphere. So someone begins feeling like they have to watch what they say. So like I said before, maybe you're looking at the door and you're like, oh, here they come. I hear that, you hear the alarm go beep, and you're like starting to sweat. You're like, oh, are they going to be in a bad mood? Like, oh my gosh, I hope to God they're not. Like, please, Jesus, don't let them be in a bad mood. People will start to bargain with God. They'll say things like, God, if you just let them be in a good mood today, I promise tomorrow I will go down and volunteer for an hour, I mean, people will go through so much, and a lot of people that don't go through it don't understand. And I would say to you that if you're a person who hasn't been through it and you don't understand, to try to find understanding in that the person's fear for the unknown becomes higher and more intense than the fear of what they do know. You guys, this is Ava, and she's calling from Florida, so I have to say hi real quick and tell her that I'll call her back. Ava. Hi, honey. I'm live. Can I call you right back? Are you good, though?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you burnt?
I wanted to call you and talk to you. Well, not any more than I was.
Okay. Your butt's still burnt?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I just wanted to call you and talk to you.
All right. I love you. I'll call you.
All right. I love
All right.
you. Have
Love you,
fun.
honey. All right. Bye-bye.
Brandon loves you.
I love you, Brandon. Oh, my God, you guys. She went to Florida with Brandon. Anyway, they went to go see his mom. She's, like, not there on, like, it's spring break. Anyway, she put her sunblock on, but she thinks that when she was spraying the inside of her legs, the wind, like, was blowing, and it didn't take. And her whole butt and inner thighs are, like as red as the red on the PowerPoint. It's bad. I was like, Ava, no. But anyway, back to this, you guys. So, someone begins feeling like they have to watch what they say. They become afraid of setting the other person off. They start walking on eggshells. Arguments become more explosive. The other person may become controlling, jealous, unpredictable, or emotionally intimidating. So on this show, you see so many instances of this, not just with this couple, but with all the couples. Maybe not all. That might be an exaggeration, but almost all. You'll see this where, there might be a controlling person in the relationship, someone that's jealous, unpredictable, emotionally intimidating, in the sense that, like, there's this one scene where, they go to a Chippendales thing, which is very against their religious, what they would do in their religion, but they're all like, you know what, it's fine. Like, the one girl, Jen, she's like, I'm just gonna go with it. Well, her husband winds up getting so mad that they like wind up splitting up for a little bit. They like have like a separation. They get back or whatever. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I was so wrong. They often do ketamine treatment together, which like a lot of the couples do. It's so ironic to me because they're very against drinking and drugs. Oh, good night, drunk turkey. Good night, Daniel. Daniel, make sure we do a live together real soon. We'll talk about it. So we'll text, okay? But thank you so much for coming. I so appreciate your support. I talk so highly of you all the time. You are one of my longest YouTube friends. I'm like almost like verklempt. So thank you, Daniel. Good night. Hi, Lucy. So, hey, Higgins. You guys, come on in. Awesome. So Over here, you guys, the arguments become more explosive. The other person, okay, so the guy, the woman's husband, he got really jealous of this Chippendales thing. So he winds up coming back. He apologizes. He's like, I should have never done that. If I could do it over, I would. Like the whole season, right? And then towards the end of the season, they have a Halloween party, and a few of the girls' husbands, they all joke. They're like all like friends. So a few of the husbands do a thing where they dress up as Chippendales and they do like a dance that they performed, like they choreographed together. The girls were like, oh my God, this is so corny. I think that the Hulu did a good job. Like they added all the music and the sound effects and stuff. So like it looked really good on screen, but the girls were like, oh my gosh, this is so corny. But anyway, the point is that they had the one girl in the chair, the one whose husband was mad about it, and they were like, we're going to see how he reacts type thing. He is like so angry. He's like trying to hold it in, but you could see it on his face. And afterwards they show like the next day or something, she's like, you were so mad at me. And he's like, they were disrespectful. They didn't have good intent. So it starts out really slow. At that thing, she's sitting there and she looks over at her husband quite a few times. And like I said, he's like masking that he's mad, but you can kind of see through it. But she's looking straight, and every time she looks over, he's got like pretty much like a little smile. So she's kind of like feeling him out. And you shouldn't be emotionally referencing your partner to know how to behave socially in a public situation. If that's happening, reflect, see why it's happening, ask yourself why you allow that to happen, and see how you can correct that before it gets out of hand. Because that can get out of hand, right? And you might be like, well, I'm jealous too, or whatever. Again, stop, reflect, ask yourself, why are you like that? So on and so forth. And if you can't figure it out, there's nothing wrong with asking somebody for help, right? So over time, what once felt like shock starts to feel like normal because the line keeps moving. That's how emotional abuse works. It changes what people become. It changes what people become willing to tolerate. So again, at first, there's so many times people feel so much shame and guilt because they're like, I can't believe I allow this. Like, if this were 10 years ago, I would have talked about this person that allowed this. Like, I can't believe I do that. And that comes with it a lot of shame and guilt. So, there's just so much that goes into this that if you've never been through it, it's hard for you to even understand how somebody might stay in this. But again, just keep remembering that their fear of the unknown is often greater than the fear of what they do know or what they can expect to happen, because it's become pattern over time. Okay, let me see what I wrote here, and then we're going to go to the next slide, and then we're going to switch to a video, and then we're almost done. Hold on. So when physical violence enters the relationship, everything changes, you guys. So the relationship is no longer based on safety. All safety goes out the window, okay? It becomes organized around fear. People begin thinking less about what they want and more about how to avoid making things worse. So instead of sticking up for yourself, you just, like he just said it, and we're going to flip back over to it in a minute. But in that video, and this is him and her, I guess on the couch of the reunion, but we see how he does that in the video. He actually, and I said a lot of times we'll see this, but they'll think less about they'll think less about what they want and more about how to avoid making things worse. He literally is saying in the video, like, but she's not like this, da 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 da. So he's trying to like de-escalate things because he doesn't want her to get in trouble. He doesn't want to get in trouble, so on and so forth. So why leaving feels impossible. So let's talk about this real quick. And I think that this is an important slide. So, and just so you guys know, I upload these slides on our Discord after the show. So we only have 3 left after this, but I upload these on Discord. So make sure you go over to our Discord and you can access these after the show for your own viewing pleasures. So over here, this next one, why leaving feels impossible, and then we'll switch back over to the video. So people often ask, why didn't she leave, or why didn't he leave? But the question assumes the person feels free to leave, okay? So we can't assume that the person feels free to leave. Trauma bonds form when someone alternates between hurting you and comforting you. So the source of security also becomes the source of fear, and it just flips back and forth, back and forth. So your greatest security, your biggest fear, your greatest security, your biggest fear, so on and so forth. It just goes back and forth. So this trauma bond, the same person who causes the pain becomes the person that you run to for relief. That creates a very, very, very powerful attachment. I talk about attachment all the time. This creates such a huge attachment. And again, fear is something that keeps us attached to something or keeps us curious about something and keep going back. And when the person that we run to, because we don't know how that person's going to react emotionally, when that person of safety also becomes the person of fear, it really creates this huge, powerful attachment. So there, again, like I was saying before, there's shame, there's hope, guilt, fear. Fear of being alone, fear of judgment, fear of what will happen if they leave, and the belief that maybe things will get better this time. Because again, look in this picture, they look awfully happy here, right? I'm sure in between they had the conversation that this isn't going to happen again. She said to him, I really love you. And he said to her, I'm sorry I hurt you. And, we're going to get better. And it doesn't. And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And eventually she gets arrested, like we see on this tape. So people in these relationships often do not leave because they are weak. People in these relationships often do not leave because they are weak. They stay because they are trapped in a cycle that has changed the way they think, feel, and see themselves. Okay? So it has nothing to do with being weak at all. It's not about that at all. So we need to leave that to the side. So instead of what it's not, let's look at what it is. So when you're trapped in that cycle, and it just goes over, and they talk about the cycle in the show. Both of them talk about it. They both say that we're trapped in a cycle of abuse, and they talk about it over and over. So they both say it, and they'll say to each other, cycles are so hard to break. They'll say it to other people. So they know that they're clearly trapped in a cycle. But this is a system, right? It's just like I talk about systems all the time. A cycle is a system, and we need to see it as that. So, but by the time people realize how unhealthy the relationship is, they may already feel like they can't imagine life without it. So maybe now they have a child together. She winds up getting pregnant by him, and they wind up having a son. So now they have a real attachment, right? They have a child involved. So we're going to see that as well. So let's go back to this, and let's show you a little bit more of this. This is one long crime, everybody.
But as far as tonight goes,
So who pushed you first?
And I'm going to take a drink.
I don't know. I'm sure I pushed him, but he pushed me to that one person. Okay, sorry. Can I please talk to him at all?
no, because what's going to happen is you're not going to be allowed to talk to him at all until a court or a judge looks at the case.
But can we talk about it with him? He's the one who pushed me. I don't understand how this is even illegal.
Go this way.
Even if he wants to, I can't talk to him?
Correct.
So she's still not letting it go. Excuse me. So if you remember, for like a good 2-3 minutes before this, she's asking the same question. She doesn't understand why she just can't talk to him. She's still not really getting it that she's arrested. I still think that she thinks that if she could just get his attention, and he says to the cop, like, hey, no, this is okay, it's okay, that it's going to change something, and it's just not.
Agreement.
Okay.
And you're not going to be allowed to talk to him until...
Okay.
Right, he's considered a victim.
Oh, you're good.
Hold on.
So because I pushed
step
him
in.
first, I go to jail.
That's one factor in the whole case.
And he wants me to go to jail?
No, he doesn't want to, but Utah requires me to make an arrest when I can sense that, or when I can tell that violence is taking place.
He saw her hit him.
And he pushed me?
That's part of it.
Okay.
I don't know why he's not reminding her that at the front door when they first got there, she clearly hits him multiple times. Wait, ready? I'm not going to jump back to it because I don't want to let it go, but if you look back here, in this very beginning part, she opens the door. She's like right about here. So right about 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And she winds up getting mad and she starts hitting him.
I know I'm not in the middle.
No.
Okay.
Not until after
Taylor Frankie Paul faced 3 felonies, 1 count of aggravated assault, 2 counts of domestic violence in the presence of a child, and the TikToker was also charged with a misdemeanor count of child abuse and criminal mischief.
That's the reality of this, is that...
So, and look how stressed he is here. He's so stressed that this is happening. He doesn't want her to get arrested. He knows what this is going to mean for him. And D-Ron says, the gambler's fallacy forms. You've already invested so much in the relationship, you don't want to walk away with a loss. And one of the problems is, D-Ron, you're so right. One of the problems, too, is a lot of times when you have somebody younger, especially like in their young adulthood, 5 years to somebody that's 21, I mean, that's 15, that's your whole everything. So that's like a lifetime to you. Not realizing that in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. I had a boyfriend from 13 to 21, you guys. Isn't that ridiculous? That it just shows how dysfunctional things got. I don't know. Anyway, 13 to 21, I had the same boyfriend. That was just way too long. 7 years is too. And so when we broke up, it felt like a divorce because it felt like everything. I was losing everything because I didn't really know anything else. I was 13 when we first met. And it was the best thing I could have ever done. But it didn't feel like it when it first happened. So, but here, I wasn't being abused. So, I mean, I look at this and here, he's clearly, you could tell that he is just by the way he's reacting here, in my opinion.
You were victimized tonight. And that's why we're here, is we don't want further violence.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the reality check she needs, that like, hey, I need to get things in check.
It's all right. If I didn't break up with him at 21 when I did, I wouldn't have. We literally broke up right before my 21st birthday. Well, no, it was right after my 21st birthday, but I hung out with Rye for the first time before my 21st birthday, but he had a girlfriend, I had a boyfriend, so we didn't do anything. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, does he not like me? Like, not that I wanted him to do anything, but I felt like he wasn't even like flirting. And not that I don't know, I flirt with everybody, so it doesn't matter. I still do. I'm just a flirt. But, I remember my mom saying, Jamie, that is so good. I like him more. And I'm like, what? And she's like, because by this point, me and my boyfriend break up. And I'm like, but he has a girlfriend. And she's like, no, that's good that he doesn't want to talk. But, you know, she's like, because if he'll do it with you, he'll do it to you. And I'm like, she's so right. And then him and his girlfriend broke up and that was it. And that was it. And it only took a few months. But still, had I not broken up with my boyfriend of 7 years when I did, I don't know that I would have, I would be with my husband now. So I think sometimes when it feels like you're going to take a big loss, that you sometimes have to remember that in the grand scheme of things, 5 years, 7 years, that might seem like a lifetime at the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, and we have so many people in here, oh, I almost forgot who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the group who's got 45 divorces with the same person. Stop, I can't. Divorcing people twice, I'd stop. So, but you know what I mean? So I'm not telling nobody that doesn't already know. But, you know, we say, I'm just kidding, you guys. I love you guys. You guys could come right back at me.
So, I just want to talk to you over there real quick.
Sorry, the one kid just puked and so...
No, that's fine. I'm glad the parents showed up.
I don't know which one's which.
The little girl?
The one upstairs.
Oh, okay. Oh, my God.
What is... Do you know the daughter's name? You know how to spell it?
Yeah.
Do you know her birthday?
It's...
That's okay. Do they have the same last name?
Yeah.
Or is it a different last name? Well, she's not divorced yet. So.
Well, she is. She just hasn't changed her name.
Right, Casey? But at the moment, it feels like the end of the world.
Yeah, like, I can't...
Oh, the daughter,
make you
right?
fill that out.
Yeah.
It's voluntary. But, I mean, that's your side of the story. Again, she's alleging a different side.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only thing. Like, if she's one to, like, push stuff, then like I'm gonna have to. But like I truly just want her to like just get help and just that's that.
And that's I understand that, and that's what I'm hoping this results in. I'm not trying to jam anyone up or take them to jail to take them to jail. Like, I want the problem solved.
Oh my God, so does mine, Keith.
Charged then or something?
She is going to be charged with domestic violence.
Oh my gosh.
But that's, I know that's hard to hear, but that's the reality of the situation, and I'm glad that it wasn't worse.
So, you guys, why do I feel like he's happy here? Or like he feels like validated here? I hope she gets help too. I really do. But why does anybody else feel like he feels, I mean, is that validation or is this like, haha? I almost feel like it's validation. Like he finally feels like somebody sees that it's not him, or he finally feels relieved that it's not him and that they know it's not him.
Because like, what if she she was throwing
relieved,
stuff and damaging your property and
validated.
Like, what if the off chance that she grabbed the kitchen knife? Like it's already clear that she wasn't thinking straight, right?
Yeah.
Normally in your relationship, it's lovey-dovey, honky-dory, right? But in this specific case, that can't be ignored.
Yeah. I mean,
what if she was to grab the knife or something else and it escalates again? Yeah. So the main thing is a reality check saying like, hey, that's not okay. And ignoring it doesn't help the problem either. Yeah. Like, you guys waking up tomorrow morning and acting like it never happened, or having one little conversation and maybe like a smack on the wrist, that doesn't typically help.
Dude, you're right. And that's kind of just how it's been too with her. I mean,
oh, look, he does. He feels validated.
She'll like, usually like in the morning, she'll act
wow.
like
so, again, I can't
he feels
make
validated.
You do that, but if you're willing, just make sure that you read the admonition statement on top. It basically just says, don't lie, fill out your information, and then your account on the front and back, however much space you need, and then just make sure to sign it on the back when you're done.
Do I do that right now? Or
yeah, you can do it right now. And then, as far as, like...
I'm just so confused, I guess, though. Like, did she fill one of these out?
No, but, I mean, she has a... like, she gave me her statement.
Yeah.
And she's also going to tell the court her statement, her side of the story.
Yeah.
Because from what
baby.
She's saying is like you were here and you pushed her and you were not leaving.
Oh my gosh, that little sucker here.
And so I'm like, but that's also drunk her talking.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, when she's sober, she'll be like, what did I do? I'm like,
right.
Holy girl.
So, anyway,
okay.
I'll leave you here with this.
He's clearly sober.
And we can kind of talk about it more in a bit.
Dakota told officers that night he was scarred by what happened, so he couldn't imagine how Taylor's children might have felt. We're going to skip ahead just a bit.
Wow.
So by this point, Taylor is spending the night in jail. Her children are with her parents, but there's a few follow-up questions.
A drunk mouth is a sober thought.
After getting a closer look at the now infamous cell phone video he recorded.
So, she's throwing the chairs at you.
Yeah.
And you're trying to protect, because she's on the couch?
Yeah, she's on the couch right there.
Like, what happened in your point of view?
Yeah, so when she started throwing the chairs, that's why even in the video, like I think I said it right when she threw the first one, I said right here. And then she threw another one, and then that's when I was like...
Well, he has evidence.
So I went to like hover above to protect her, which maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then she threw another chair. I deflected it with my arm, but it still like hit her. It like bounced down and hit her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like
hey,
she
Ella.
was throwing the chair at you, and then
yes.
And when you blocked it, it hit.
Yeah, she did not. She wasn't throwing it.
Okay. Did like
gotta love
and it's
PBS.
hard to hear, but I hear you kind of start
hey,
crying.
are you sunny now?
Like hard cry? Is that because she got hit?
Yes, validated.
Yeah, she got hit.
Okay. Do you know where in the hit she got hit?
Yep.
I have no idea. You can like hear me trying to.
I'll rewind that for a second. I just want to say what Are You Sunny now said. Are You Sunny says, yes, he feels validated because Taylor has been gaslighting him, telling him that it's his fault and that he is hurting and hitting her. And you are so right. She gaslights the hell out of this man, in my opinion, if you watch the show. Does anybody in here watch the show? It's actually like I told you, I watched the entire season. Like I had it on in the background while I was cleaning, and then I got like hooked, and I'm literally going to watch the rest of it, like for sure.
Is that because she got hit?
Yeah, she got hit.
Okay. Do you know where in the head she got hit?
I have no idea.
in the head?
You can like hear me trying to like check on her, but every time I tried to like talk or like help her, I was getting attacked, so I couldn't.
Okay. All right. Thanks for telling me that, because like I didn't get the chance to see the entire video on scene, especially not on like a computer screen.
Oh, Billy, you watch it?
Rather than a phone screen.
Yeah.
But now that like listening to it and
Yes,
watching
Billy.
it like full screen.
Billy, what about the episode where she invites that guy over and they're all there as couples and he's there and the guy's there, but he's like so comfortable by this point because it's season 4 and he's just like, he's been there, done that. And the guy winds up feeling so uncomfortable because he doesn't realize that they were exes, and Taylor, you could tell, just invites the kid over just to get him jealous. And when he's like, I think I'm gonna leave, she's like, all right, go ahead, get out. I was like, oh my gosh, like what's happening? That was so crazy.
You can tell.
Oh, Jolene watches and reviews. Oh, this is a crazy season.
Definitely tell like the close
It
proximity.
really is, Billy.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Officers called
Yes,
Taylor's mom just to
triangulation.
make sure Taylor's daughter wasn't physically injured during the altercation.
I know. It's 3 a.m. I know. I'm sorry. I was reviewing.
Yes, Billy.
I was reviewing some cell phone footage, and
No, there's nothing on her.
okay,
No bumps or anything.
okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I was reviewing some cell phone footage, and then found out after that got hit in the head with a metal chair.
Yeah, she looks fine.
Watch.
Okay.
And just because I'm worried about, like, I don't know, I'm worried about injury. I didn't know this happened until after the fact. Otherwise, I would have, like, probably had paramedics come out to check her out just to be sure. Because sometimes, like, child injuries don't show up, like.
Oh my God, you guys. I just realized, I thought they were talking about Taylor. I have to go back. I'm sorry. They're talking about the kid. The kid, the little girl that she kept saying that her kids were asleep and they weren't. The little kid got
You
hit.
could definitely tell, like, the
in the
close
head.
proximity
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Wait, hold on.
Video on
I'm sorry. I have to rewind that part. It's like a minute.
And then like
Cell phone video he recorded.
So, she's throwing the chairs at you,
yeah.
and you're trying to protect. You're trying to because she's on the couch.
Yeah, she's on the couch
And then,
right there.
in your, like, what happened in your point of view?
Yeah, so when she started throwing the chairs, that's why even in the video, like I think I said it right when she threw the first one, I said right here. And then she threw another one, and then that's when I was like getting nervous. So I went to like hover up to protect
All right, I
her,
heard this part.
which maybe I shouldn't have done that. But and then she threw another chair. I deflected it with my arm, but it still like hit her, like bounced down and hit her.
Oh, it bounced down and hit her.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she was throwing the chair at you, and then you blocked it.
Yes.
And when
Yeah,
you blocked
yeah.
it hit.
Yeah, she did not.
Cindy
Yeah, she
in the
wasn't
head.
throwing it.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
like, and it's hard to hear, but I hear you kind of start crying, like hard cry. Is that because she got hit?
Yeah, she got hit.
Okay. Do you know where in the head she got hit?
I have no idea. You can like hear me trying to like check on her, but every time I tried to like talk or like help her, I was getting attacked. So
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. Thanks for telling me that, because like I didn't get the chance to see the entire video on scene, especially not on like a computer screen, rather than a phone screen.
Yeah.
But now that like listening to it and watching it like full screen, you can definitely tell like the close proximity.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Officers called Taylor's mom just to make sure Taylor's daughter wasn't physically injured during the altercation.
I know, it's 3 a.m. I know, I'm sorry. I was reviewing some cell phone footage. And
No, there's nothing on her.
okay.
No bumps or anything.
Okay. Yeah, I was reviewing some cell phone footage and then found out after that got hit in the head with a metal chair.
Yeah, she looks fine.
Watch.
Okay.
And just because I'm worried about, like, I don't know, I'm worried about injury. I didn't know this happened until after the fact. Otherwise, I would have, like, probably had paramedics come out to check her out just to be sure.
Yes. So the daughter got hit with a chair from the fight. Yep, as collateral. Absolutely, that's exactly what happened. Yes, you guys hit those hearts and the emojis or whatever. It literally helps the stream. Like, it's free. It helps the stream. Oh, Vanille, you rock. Okay.
Because sometimes, like, child injuries don't show up, like, as obvious as adult ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on her, okay?
Okay, the husband.
Taylor was eventually released from jail. Detectives, though, returned to her home a few days later to collect more evidence.
Hi, Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm Detective Clark. This is Detective Myers.
Hello.
You okay if we come in for a second?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'll try and pick off as much of this as we can.
Am I just allowed to read it?
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Look how angry she's getting.
And that copy is yours, so you can keep that.
Okay.
Okay? So essentially all I'm here is
Check the bar stools.
for a bar stool.
Okay.
Okay?
Nuh-uh.
And the same ones right here.
Yeah.
Take a picture before we do.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea that they did this. They gave her a search warrant case. They came to pick up the bar stools. Yeah, right? At least she cleaned the house up. A little bit. Look at the island. That doesn't really look cleaned up.
You can ask me whatever you like.
Oh, it's not cleaned up. Look at the counters. And the boxes and all over here. She just took the stuff off the floor, Cuffy.
Any questions?
You can ask me whatever you like.
Are you guys like doing an investigation? Is that what it is?
It's just follow up to what happened in the night, right? So obviously the incident occurred.
I hate that high chair is just out, like, just chilling. Nowhere.
Follow up that the district attorney, who's ultimately this case goes to, they wanted us to come
Oh my gosh, you guys, doesn't that living room remind you of the Watts living room? Don't you see it? Like, if there was a wall here, this is literally, I feel like, what the Watts living room looked like.
I'm just gonna grab one of these. So,
I don't know how old the kids are, but I know that the one kid's 3. I think the other one's a baby, and there's a high chair, so I think the other one's younger than 3.
With that, I guess my address was on the internet, and that's allowed.
yeah, when it becomes public record, yeah, whenever there's a police incident, wherever it happens, once it gets taken.
And we don't release that.
Yeah, it's not
If you want to talk to Sergeant Jennings, he's our public information officer. His number is on that release.
Just don't they like worry about the safety of the children when that's leaked?
It's not leaked.
I'm not going to disagree with you there, but it's just a matter of what's law and what isn't law.
Yeah, it's not leaked. She said when it's leaked. That's the problem. It's not leaked. It's a public record.
When something becomes a public record, they have
There you go.
They have what's called a grandma request,
Okay.
and then they can fill that out and whatever information.
A grandma request.
It's not part like they're not going to release like your social or your phone number, that kind of stuff. But where the address occurred, that stuff will always be on that.
I don't know if you guys are familiar, if you're the people to talk to through this, but like everything that happened and you guys do an investigation, so is that why the case hasn't been filed with the courts yet, or?
That's what, it has been filed with the courts. When it says filed, it's with
Hey,
the courts.
J-Y-N-E.
Whatever the ultimate outcome
I'll
is
see you.
gonna be. Like if they give you a court date.
Is he thinking grandfather? I don't
It
know.
hasn't quite hit that point.
Okay, so you guys do everything to kind of see where it hits.
We've screened the case with the DA's office, the district attorney. It's their job to decide what charges are filed, if they're filed, and then they'll send it to the court.
I'm just freaking out because it was obviously like an accident. Do they take all that in consideration? And I'm sure they have footage of it since there was a video filmed. Do they take that in consideration that I wasn't like aiming for my daughter?
So that's why it's reckless, right? That's why it's not just
Okay.
I don't think anyone would, at least based on what I saw and what I read, no one's saying you intentionally hurt your child, but there were some actions that were reckless, right?
Yeah.
And she was there and unfortunately was a victim of it.
And how do you usually see these cases going?
I can't do that. They're so varied.
It'd be better to talk to the prosecutor or your lawyer, and talk to the prosecutor or whatever.
Just freaking out just is hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Well, I would just tell you,
It does
my advice to you is, stay in contact with your attorney. Don't
Stay sober.
Realize that this isn't the end of the world. There's going to be some pain that comes along with it, but you'll get through it. Almost everybody that goes through this gets through it, and you have to pay consequences, whatever they could potentially be, right?
Those last few words seem a little eerie in hindsight. In August of 2023, Taylor Frankie Paul pleaded guilty in abeyance to aggravated assault. Because of her plea arrangement, that charge will reportedly be downgraded to a misdemeanor if she stays out of trouble for 3 years. So in other words, if she gets in trouble again before August of 2026, the charge will stay on her record. Following her 2023 arrest, Taylor and Dakota continued their on-again, off-again relationship. 7 months after her arrest, Taylor revealed she and Dakota were expecting a baby together. She later gave birth to their son. In September of 2024, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives premiered on Hulu, as the very first episode delved into her 2023 arrest. But Taylor's star power only skyrocketed from there. The show was a hit, even prompting producers from The Bachelorette to reach out to her after she and Dakota were done, possibly for good. She was cast and the show was to premiere this week. However, it was scrapped in light of the cell phone video being released to TMZ. So Taylor's Bachelorette season was scrapped, her Hulu show filming is put on pause, Taylor's ex Dakota was granted temporary custody of their son, and police are reportedly investigating a third allegation of domestic violence. Dakota Mortensen will have temporary custody at least until April 7th. That's when he and Taylor are reportedly due back in court.
Oh my gosh, you guys, he has custody of the son. Wow. I wonder, wait, so did anybody tell me how I could get to the ex-husband? Wait, that link will take you. Hold on, let me get to the link, Cuff You. Cuff You, could you possibly, do you know where that link is for the, what is it called? The police thing? All right, let's see. What am I looking at here? All right, it's the picture of, wait, hold on, let me see, Cuff You. Okay, is this what you sent? So how canceling the Bachelorette could cost ABC $60 million? Is this what you wanted me to click on? Oh, I don't know what just happened there. Why is it doing that? No, we don't want to elevate our journey. All right, hold on. That ain't working. It's not going to let me watch it, I don't think. Or look at it. Oh, canceling the upcoming season of The Bachelorette. Oh, yeah, see, it's not letting me. It wants me to do all the things, and I'm not doing all the things right now. But I did see your stuff in Discord, Cuff You. That's where I got the stuff from. But I want to hear the audio. And so, Cuff You, this is what we just watched, the 11 shocking moments, and we watched another one. And so we did watch these ones. I want to see if, does anybody know where the, let's see. Responds to allege. Oh, somebody, here it says she responds. So let's see. All right, hold on. Let me share this with you. But yeah, I want to see that other one. And I definitely have to work really early, so I don't want to stay on too late. I have like 2 more slides that I want to go over real quick. Let me do that real quick. I want to go over the 2 slides. If anybody could tell me where I could find that link, I'm interested in looking at the, or listening to that audio that you were saying about the X. You sent the link in the chat. I don't see it in chat. I don't think it's going to let you send it. Do you have Discord? Can you send it in the Discord, Billy? In like our general Discord? I could get it there. Anyway, let me just do this real quick. I'll like sum this up too, and then that way we can go over and do that. So this slide right quick. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Where am I at? I lost my place. Okay, so. Oh, got you. I got you. Thank you, Cuff You. So the traditional marriage versus the MomTok. That's what it's called, MomTok. Like TikTok, MomTok. So over here, they want you to stay loyal in the Mormon church, right? And then keep it private, protect the family. And when you're online, they want you to tell your truth and all those things. So there's that clash that we talked about before. Chaos is not love. I've already talked about mistaking intensity for fear, so I won't go into this too much, but let me see what I had something to say about something. Here it goes. I had something that I didn't put here. I don't know why I don't say it, but is it the next one? Hold on. When fear replaces safety. Oh, here we go. When abandonment feels unbearable. You guys, Allie is like freaking out. So let me real quick share the video and see why Allie's freaking out, because she's literally going to wake everybody up. So what can I put on real quick? Hold on, let's see. We're going to click on one of these. Just for a minute.
It's more shame that you feel, and then it turns into guilt.
This week has not been a good look for
It's more
Alright, I'll be right back.
And it turns into guilt.
This week has not been a good look for ABC or for Hulu.
New Bachelorette fallout today after Taylor Frankie Paul's Sunday season premiere was canceled within hours of TMZ releasing this disturbing domestic violence video.
It's the only thing you know how to do is hurt me.
I don't think Disney had any other option but to pull the plug.
We're talking about a show that costs tens of millions of dollars. This season probably cost about $20 million, maybe more.
Here's the latest. ET has learned a rerun of American Idol will air Sunday in its place. Production remains paused on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and according to NBC News, that show's cast members raised concerns to network execs about working with Taylor during a virtual meeting earlier this month. One saying, quote, "It's a dangerous situation. It's a sad situation, and we don't know how to navigate it."
I think ABC was making a very common bet, a risk versus reward calculation, that the benefits, the rewards of having Taylor as the new Bachelorette outweighed the risks.
With the amount of money that's behind this, I would be surprised if it never saw the light of day. They could put it all on Hulu and kind of just bury it.
Yesterday, another big meeting. ET's learned this one was with this season's Bachelorette suitors. They were reminded by lawyers that they remain under contract and to not talk to the press.
They could end up having some of the men from Taylor's season on Bachelor in Paradise.
And this is wild. TMZ snapped Taylor's ex-husband and her most recent ex, Dakota Mortensen, at a Utah courthouse filing paperwork against her. Dakota, who filed a restraining order, tells ET, quote, "I am focusing on our son and his safety." Today, a court granted him temporary custody of the 2-year-old until early April, when they are both due in court.
I'm really sorry for what I did to you.
Meanwhile, Taylor's Mormon Wives co-star Jesse Draper is headed for divorce after 5 years of marriage. Husband Jordan Naikara filed paperwork yesterday.
I don't deserve to be treated this way.
17 days ago, Jesse told us this.
We're still in therapy. It's not perfect.
Three days. The Bachelorette was 3 days from premiering, and ABC just pulled the plug on the entire season. And I need to be very clear about something before we go any further. This is not a case of some deep, dark secret surfacing out of nowhere and catching everyone off guard. What I'm about to walk you through in this video is a trail of evidence so public, so well documented, and so thoroughly ignored that by the end, the only question you're going to have is who at Disney signed off on this, and do they still have a job? Because the story behind this cancellation involves a swinging scandal, a guilty plea.
Oh my God, you guys, that was almost a catastrophe. I thought I was going to have to come back on here and tell you guys that I had to go because Thor got out. But I got him to come back. Oh my God, that was just I was just paranoid. But anyway, I don't know if we got that, but until I see if I found that link.
We have new secret lives
This
of
is an
Mormon wives
example
drama.
of
Jesse, who is a
the
cast
show.
member on this show, is caught up in a triangle situation with Miranda's ex-husband and baby daddy, Chase. We have got to talk about this because Jesse has currently been in the news as her and Jordan, her current husband, are getting a divorce.
And you're gonna want to sit down for this video.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I am getting a divorce. Take a minute. Take it in. I am getting a divorce.
It's you guys. Oh, bless you, Thor. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys. What? Why do they always look so different? I don't. If anybody follows us, if Billy's still here, Billy, why do they look so different and everything? Like, I noticed that they get a lot of like Botox and plastic surgery, and they're all under like 32.
Sparked a lot of speculation because when we were watching season
It is
4
the
of
same
Secret
woman,
Lives of
Harlan.
Mormon Wives, we knew that Jesse was kind of headed towards divorce in her mind. You could tell that's where she was going. But when it
See,
came
two
out that
bad
they were going to get
actors.
divorced, Jordan, her husband, is the one that ended up filing. Everyone was really wondering why, because he seemed like he was the one that wanted to salvage the relationship, even though Jesse had cheated on him with Marciano from Vanderpump Rules The Villa.
So, Jesse, you had an emotional affair with Marciano. What did he provide?
You guys, what's up with that emotional affair shit? Let me see. I don't know why. So, wait, you said, I don't know why I take them for prudes. This is the thing, Birdie. That's the whole reason. I'm like, if anybody has access to Hulu, please do watch this because it is unbelievable. Like, there's a lot of things. Like, there's one episode where they're literally, like, having a birthday party for someone that's, like, 30 years old, and they're mad because somebody snuck in a flask of alcohol. And they're like, if my parents find out, like, that is so disrespectful. I was like, wait, what? There's no... So that would go to what you're saying, right? That it's very pure, like prudish, but it's not. Like, they had a whole soda bar. That's their thing. Instead of having like an open bar, they have a soda bar. It's like, wow. So, wait, you quit watching shows like that when Big Ange Higgins, shut up. My heart, and God, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm going to cry, Higgins. Oh, let me get away from that. I can't believe you just said that. Oh, poor Ange. God bless her soul. That woman was funny AF. Yes, Duran, soda bars. They have soda bars. I'm gonna have to look up what a soda bar looks like for you guys so that you could just see, because it's really like
For you,
outlandish.
emotionally. I always say, like, it honestly could have been anyone. At home, I just was feeling not seen, not appreciated, not loved. It was just someone giving me attention in a positive way, not putting me down all the time.
So Jessie was really quick to hop on the Call Her Daddy
Sorry,
podcast
Kelly.
with Alex Cooper, and
Come on.
she was setting the record straight on there that whenever Jordan found out that Jessie was going to file for divorce, that he hopped on it and immediately went to file for divorce so that he could be the first one to do it.
So in the last year, I've told him actually a few different times I want to get divorced. He always like calms me down, give me a few days, let's try to work on it. It's going to be hard, but I can do this, and my life doesn't have to be this way.
How did you decide that was the right decision for you?
Because he's spied on me in the past. Do you want to hear a funny story?
Please.
This is in Instagram. I'm in Europe. I get a call at 4 a.m. from Jordan. He's like, do you have to tell me something? He went to the links. He hacked my Instagram while we're separated, created a fake phone number to then send himself the audio and then have the phone number say, dude, I think you should know about this. Your wife's cheating on you. So that's why I got a new phone number, because he has done stuff like that. He's tracked me. He's like listened in on my cameras in my house. Oh yeah, like there were times I was on the phone during our separation that he would like repeat conversations back.
Wait, isn't this the same women we've been talking about all night, right? Yes, they are. So they're like a group of friends, but that one isn't the exact same one that we were talking about. This is one of her co-hosts. But let me get back to that one friend that we were talking about. And I still want to find, so wait, let me see. Let me put in ex-husband. What was it? 911 call? Let me see. Oh. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can hear it. I'll share it with you in 1 second if we could hear it. Get off of me, it says. Is this what you're talking about? Hold on, let's see. Let's see. I don't know what's happening. Let's give it a sec. Page 6. Oh my gosh, dog. Now it's Thor. They just are too much today. Every day. Alright, let's see. Is it going to work now? And I kind of want to show you. Well, let me go to this, and then I can open that up while we show this. Okay, so this right here is supposed to be showing us something that it's not showing us. So let's X out of that, because we've already seen that other video. Oh, was this it? Oh my gosh. Oh no, we don't want to look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is that not it? What did you guys want me... Billy, what did you want me to... Where can I see it, Billy? Keep putting the link in here, but you're missing it. No, it's not showing up, Billy. I can't see it. It deletes it before you could post it. So, Billy, how can I get to it with you? Billy, don't put the @ sign in. So the first time you do it, like, is it like a page6.com, but don't put the .com, just put like page 6 or something. It's on TMZ. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Look, we're gonna play a game. Let's play a game. And what would it be called? What would you look up? I just copied and pasted. Oh, I can change that in my settings. Oh, that'll take me forever. If I Google, oh, here we go. Tate Paul Police. This is what I want to, okay, there you go. That's what I want to know. Tate Paul Police. What am I looking for? Police phone call. Police phone call. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. New audio from, here we go. All right, here we go. It's just still downloading. 1 sec. God forbid. Oh, that's why it wanted me to sign in. Sorry. Oh my god, I need a new computer so bad. This thing sucks. I'm like trying to cancel out every little thing here so that we can get a little extra power. Alright, well we got to the thing here, so there we go. That's that. Where's the video? Is this it? Oh, it's an ad. Sorry.
Let us surprise you.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, Tate. This is Detective Clark. I'm the police department. How you doing? Hey, I'm good. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Sorry, I didn't come into the office yesterday and got your email, but I hadn't really had a chance to review this case till just this morning. So, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I've obviously been a crazy week with learning what happened over the weekend and what happened with my kids. I haven't been able to look at the before yet. They're not been like a request for that.
Yeah.
But me looking at the charges, it looks like they're fixing the account for my son who's in the home as well. They typically charge two counts if there's not a child in the home.
They do. It just kind of depends. And it really isn't the biggest. Sometimes when, let's say there's like, say there were 5 kids in the home, you may charge them with 5 counts, but when the prosecutor looks at that, a lot of times they will just roll that into one charge. Because, I mean, they know that there were multiple kids there, but they just do it as the one charge. So it's not uncommon that it just gets charged as 1 count when there's 2. But, I mean, obviously that could have been put on there.
Okay. Alright, I just want to make sure, like, obviously with her, like,
Good night, Casey.
Yeah. No, he's listed in the report. And in fact, let me just go in real quick and see. Yeah, so he's listed as one of the victims in this report. So he does fall into that category.
Oh, wow.
They didn't put it on there. That may be something either
Does anybody know if she got all of her kids taken away from her? Because we know that Dakota, the son with Dakota, that kid has been taken away from her at least until the April 9th or something, court date. But what about this one?
Prosecutor will add an additional count, or like I said, sometimes they just roll it into 1 count, but they'll list both of them as victims.
Okay. And then with my daughter being hit by the chair.
Oh, wow.
Was that accounted for in the report?
Yeah. So your ex-wife, she got charged with a child abuse charge for like reckless endangerment because of what she did, and it's a charge that would kind of go, instead of directly abusing them, like trying to like say she meant to hit her on purpose, that would be a different charge. But when they have a reckless action that results in a child being abused, that's the charge that she was given.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's a charge that's not additionally listed on. But I was looking at like smoking information.
Yeah.
So there's additional charges.
Yeah, there were additional charges that went on there because the officer that booked her, and his report's really well done. When you get the report, you'll see the details. But sometimes when we're on site and we arrest, sometimes we don't have all the information readily available, right? Well, when he was able to actually go back and review the video and have more time to look into it a little deeper, he saw that it was a little higher degree than what he had initially thought. So he referred it to the district attorney's office for those upgraded charges that may not have been listed on our booking sheet.
Because I honestly like that. I was like, I feel like if she got hit in the head, that there would be something.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, that was listed in the charges that were referred. It just, like I said, it wouldn't have been on our booking sheet because she wasn't booked on that charge initially. Let me, I'll pull you up and tell you how many there are.
He wants to know how many charges
there
are.
were 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4.
I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah.
Alright, she told me stuff, and I just like, when you make sure that like this is, when I know that her family was involved, like they
Yes, Liam, I agree. This picture.
I know that they care about her and stuff, and so I can actually gonna, gauge you a little bit with.
Wait, what?
Alright, she told me stuff, and I just was like, I need to make sure that like this is almost, when I know that her family was involved, like they went to do stuff. I know that they care about her.
Oh, the family, her family.
Gauge you a little bit with all this, but just want to make sure that all of it was notated.
Yeah, no, it was everything that you've asked for. Like I said, the officer that did it, he did a really good job, especially after going over and being able to review the video and take a deeper look at it. I think everything I've read looks very appropriate from what I can tell.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's it. So I want to make sure, and I appreciate you, like, filling in on all this, and you can call back.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you filled out a request for that, I'm sure you'll get a copy of what they say within 10 days.
Okay.
So then you can read the full report.
That's funny. YouTube.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's all for me. Accurate there.
Yeah, no problem. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, damn.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, so, well, that was interesting. So that was he was like making sure, which I guess is good. I mean, he was making sure that the charges were there. I want to finish this up, these last few slides, because I really have to go to bed. I have work. I have to leave at 7:30. So let's get this over with. So when abandonment, you guys, feels unbearable, didn't I do good with the pictures and stuff in the slides? I think I did a good job. So when abandonment feels unbearable, some people struggle with an intense fear of abandonment. When they feel rejected, criticized, or afraid of being left, their emotional reaction can become overwhelming, you guys. So, like, overwhelming. This picture right here I got from, wait, what was it? It was, I think it's season 2. I want to say episode like 4 or 5. And she's looking right now at an argument going on where she was just in a fight with her boyfriend inside the house. They come out here, the cops were called, they're at a party. I think it's at her house. She's J-Lo there with her outfit, and she had to talk to the cops. That was crazy. But anyway, she tries to get closer to look, and they're trying to hold her back because she's already been arrested at this point. So this can lead you guys to when you feel rejected, criticized, or afraid of being left. So what do we have here? Afraid of being left is what? A fear of abandonment. Their emotional reaction can become overwhelming. The fear of abandonment is the core trait of borderline personality disorder. I have to be honest, I also see histrionic personality traits here too, in my opinion. This can, and I'm not diagnosing, I'm just showing behavior patterns. This can lead to impulsive behavior, emotional flooding, dramatic mood swings, and what we call splitting, where someone sees the other person as either completely good or completely bad. So it's like this black and white thinking. There's no gray in the middle. One day the person is their soulmate, and the next day it's their enemy. So again, it's that black and white thinking, no gray in the middle. What is that again? If we go back to the very beginning, intensity. not love. So these patterns do not excuse behavior, but they can help explain why certain relationships become so unstable and emotionally intense, okay? Emotionally intense. So next, real quick, this was one that I put on here. So this right here, let me read what this says. So this is one of her TikToks. Now you have to remember, each one of these people in this MomTok, it rewards drama. And there's like 8 females. They all have this like house that it's like an influencer house, but they don't live there. They all have their own families. They just use it for work pretty much. It says low-key sad. Some of these girls, so the girls at MomTok, truly dislike me and took this opportunity to let it all out together victoriously. Sounds like the crab bucket, you guys. What I did was not deserving of these malicious comments. I truly don't think I'm better than anyone. I've never said or acted like that. I joke, sure. That means she does. She says, I joke, sure. Never said or thought I'm the star of the show. The show wouldn't be a show without all of us. That's interesting. So, what are we going to talk about real quick? How the audience can become part of the relationship. MomTok changes everything because the relationship is no longer private, right? They now brought it to the public sphere. Normally, people have time to process their emotions away from other people. But when the relationship is so content, every breakup, every fight, every accusation, and every recollection happens in front of an audience. Viewers begin to take sides. They feel protective, angry, invested, and emotionally attached. That is called, what is it? A parasocial relationship. People begin to feel like they personally know the people involved because they have watched them online for so long. The problem is that the audience is not seeing the entire relationship. They're only seeing the edited moments. But once the audience becomes part of the relationship, the pressure increases. There's pressure to explain, pressure to defend yourself, pressure to keep people interested, and pressure to avoid looking like the bad guy. That can make an already unhealthy relationship even more explosive, you guys. So that's a big one. And then real quick, intensity is not intimacy. I really you guys, I went through and got so many pictures beforehand and not all of them uploaded, but the ones that did, I think this looks cute. I think I might do this more. So, but you have to do it the old fashioned way. So it takes a little bit of time. So intensity is not intimacy. The biggest takeaway from this story, in my opinion, is that chaos is not chemistry. A relationship can feel intense, exciting, and impossible to leave while still being unhealthy. A relationship can involve love and still be harmful. Understanding someone's behavior does not mean excusing it. The reason the story for me matters, the reason I think it was important to cover, is because so many people recognize themselves in it, including myself. I saw myself in some of the other moms too, in the way that they thought. And there were a lot of things that I didn't see myself in that I was like, oh, well, we need to bring light to some of this. And I want to do a whole show on how, and I know that this isn't really true crime, but I think it's human behavior. Oh my God, who subbed? Cookie? Cookie? Thank you, Cookie Lee. I appreciate you. If other people could sub, that would really help me. I only need 13 or 14 more or something to get to my next goal. So thank you. Okay, so one of the things I would just say here is that because we recognize ourselves in the story, it makes it even, a story that we wind up feeling a close bond with. At least I did. I'm literally going to watch, I'm going to fall asleep to it. I'll watch it on my way to work tomorrow, all the things. Not watch it, you know what I mean. I'll listen to it in the background. So the reason we know what it's like to confuse intensity and intimacy, because at some point in our lives we might have done so. So we might have thought oh, we're falling in love with someone, and then they might become a jerk a little bit later, and we're like, what were we thinking? That's when you realize that was intensity and not really love. So that would be a good example of that. So we know that what it feels like to keep hoping that the other person will change. That's another big thing, right? The person will often say that they're going to change. They'll tell us they're going to change. We want to believe that they're going to change, but that doesn't mean that they're going to change, right? So love should not feel like survival, you guys. If something's hard, that hard, it might not be the right relationship for you, and that's okay. There's somebody out there for everyone, but it shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be a survival thing. Love should not require fear. There should never be fear involved in a loving relationship. There shouldn't be confusion. There shouldn't be constant emotional pain. None of that should be part of a relationship. If that's part of your relationship, you need to rethink it. It is not healthy. Could people get help? Absolutely. But will somebody get help because you want them to, or because it's it's like contingent upon you saying, like, that doesn't usually work. It works for a little bit, and then it usually goes back to the way that it was before. At some point, the question stops being, how do I save this relationship? And it becomes, what is this relationship costing me? Okay? So what is the cost of this? The emotional cost, everything. So real quick, I just want to show you my last slide. It's my references. So the basic ideas that we covered today were ideas of coercive control, trauma bonding, emotional abuse, and cluster B patterns of behavior. Does anybody have any questions? I don't know what I just did. Here I am. Does anybody have any questions about any of this stuff? Any questions, comments, anything? Bueller? Let's see. So, new people I like now. Yes, I like everybody in our chats too. We have a really good chat. But you guys, listen. I'm going to give it a second. Oh, you learned so much from me, Billy. Billy, you just made my whole night. You have no idea. I do put a whole lot of work into this. So if people could like and subscribe, that would just help me so much. And it's validating. It lets me know that I should continue to do this, because sometimes, you guys, it's like, I don't know. It gets like where I'm like, do I really do I do this? Because it could take hours. But this is the thing. The past few lives, I was able, I've learned that I don't have to be, I don't have to put 1,000 hours into every live. I could just have some lives where we're like, what the frig? You know what I mean? So that's okay too. So I think that that's important. Linnell says, yes, 100%. Live that. And I was you were the problem allegedly. You are 100% correct. I have major abandonment issues and tend to jump head first before thinking. So guess what? I have to be honest with you, Linnell. You have great insight. Insight is at the core of what allows me to know if somebody really, cocktails and homicide, how you doing? But real quick, I'm sorry, Linnell. Insight is what lets me know if somebody's able to progress and get better, and you have amazing insight. The fact that you know that about yourself is the first part of healing from that and getting better. So I think that that is so important. Abandonment issues, you have to heal that abandonment wound in order to, you have to learn how to emotionally regulate. And I'm not talking to you personally, I just mean in general. If somebody feels like they're identifying with any of these issues, see if it's emotional regulation that you're having a hard time with, because abandonment is a very negative emotion, right? It's a very intense emotion. So just like I was saying, don't mistake intensity for love. Don't mistake intensity for abandonment. Does that make sense? So just because it seems horrible, or it seems in the moment like the person is gone, or that it had something to do with you, just remember that just like with love, nothing is usually ever as good as it seems in the moment, just like nothing is ever usually as bad as it seems in the moment. I'm a jewel. You two bad actors. Can you write that down somewhere so I can remind you of that when you're clipping out memes of me? I'm just joking. I love you. I love our memes. But anyway, this is the thing. At the end of the day, every day that you guys go on where you're, where we let fear of abandonment, or we let other people chain us down, right? you need to forgive people. And forgiveness, just so you know, because forgiveness is a part of this. So a part of healing from abandonment, a part of healing from rejection, a part of healing from betrayal, a part of healing from not having a person in your life, like a parent figure. These are all things that we can get through. I forget what the frig I was just going to say. I just had a brain fart. Oh, every day that we do this, every day that we hold ourselves back, that's what I was going to say, we give somebody else power. So what do we do at the core of this? We need to forgive people and we need to forgive ourselves. Forgiving somebody and forgiving yourself does not make anything that you do or that they did or said okay. That's not what it means at all. As a matter of fact, if somebody ever apologizes to you, I challenge you not to say it's okay. We often, that's like, it's kind of like when someone sneezes and we say, God bless you, well, most of us do. Somebody says, I'm sorry, and we're very often ready to say, oh, it's okay. That's just a natural thing to say. I challenge you instead, when Gianna was 4 years old, I will never forget this, I said, it's okay. I don't even remember who it was to, but I just remember she went, Mom, oh, Mom, why did you just tell Mom it was okay? And I was like, what? And she was like, why? I was like, why? I was like, what do you mean? What was I supposed to say? And she's like, I accept your apology. And I was like, oh, damn, she's right. I was like, that was like the most insightful thing I've ever heard, like a person say, let alone a kid. So I just remember from that day forward, I live by that now. So I'm like, I don't say it's okay if somebody apologizes to me. I just say I accept your apology, right? Unless, of course, somebody did something that they shouldn't be apologizing for. And I'm like, no, wait, like, why are you apologizing? It's okay. That's different. But if somebody hurt you, don't say it's okay. Say I accept your apology. But why do you forgive somebody? Why do you forgive yourself? Because every time that you don't, you just chain yourself and hold yourself back from moving forward. I promise you, you're allowing somebody to live in your head rent-free. Most of the time, the person that we're allowing to chain us back is not thinking of us. Let me say that again. The person that we often allow to chain us to that bench type thing, that, metaphorical bench, they're not chained to the same bench. They're usually off in their life doing their thing. They don't even realize that we're chained to a bench, nor are they looking for it, or do they care type thing. They're worried about themselves. So my point is that every day we sit with that, every moment we allow ourselves to bring that into a new relationship, we wind up bringing in that, we wind up tarnishing that relationship from the start. So try to heal from those things. And how do you do that? You need to forgive. Some people can write. One of the techniques we might use is to write yourself a letter, write that person a letter. If it's something from your childhood that you're still struggling with, get a picture from your childhood and literally look at the picture. It could be a screenshot on your phone. I know a lot of people are more technological these days. Whatever it is, just look at a picture of you as a kid, wherever that age is that you really feel that you were, you have trauma, whether it be this is the age that your parents were when they divorced, this is the age that, mom died or whatever, God forbid, whatever the trauma may be. And look at the kid at that age, it's yourself obviously, and write a letter to that kid. And tell that kid what to expect in the future, and let that kid know that it's going to be, what's going to happen. So, in other words, if you're one of the people that have been married and divorced 45 times to the same person in the chat, you would say something like, I'm just joking. You would say something like, you're going to get over this. It's going to feel like the end of the world. You're going to get divorced. You're going to feel like you failed, but everything's going to be better, and you're going to come back and you're going to get married to that same person again. And then in 10 years, you're going to get to, do you know what I mean? So you wind up writing this thing, and what you wind up realizing at the end is that you've come through so many obstacles in life, and that as long as we learn lessons from each one of those obstacles, whether, obstacles aren't usually a great thing, right? They're not usually like, oh, I love those obstacles in life. No, obstacles are challenges, and we learn from, as long as we learn from those, we make them lessons, then it's all okay. The boyfriend I had for so many years, I look back and I'm like, why didn't somebody I don't know. I mean, I can't make it somebody else's fault. I don't mean like that, but I feel like my mom could have, I don't know, maybe did a better job of telling me why. I was allowed to sleep over his house eventually too young. Like, there was just too many things that I look back on that I would never allow my kids to do today. I was also the third child, and my oldest sister's 10 years older than me. And then I have a brother, and by the time they got to my little brother Joey, who's like 3 years younger than me, he was allowed to do whatever the hell he wanted. So we tend to, as parents, loosen up a little bit as we have kids. Like, the more kids we have, the looser our rules usually become. And I don't know if that's what was the case here, but it didn't really help me developmentally. So kids, young adults, they need structure. Anybody that, even adults need structure. We need structure in our lives. So allowing a kid to do adult-like things, even if it's not that you're allowing it, I think of Mackenzie, right? Even if her parents didn't come out, and I think they did, right? They dropped her off and stuff at night to sleep over. But I'm saying, even if somebody says, like, I didn't, or I didn't allow it, they just did it, or what was I supposed to do type thing, you know, there's responsibility there. I feel like Mackenzie's mom should have been like, no, you are not. I'll never forget one time, real quick, me and Ava, like, I don't fight with, like, my kids at all, touch wood. Like, we have a really good relationship. They've never really been in trouble where I've, like, yelled at them. Like, we've had a few yelling things, and, like, we look at them now and we laugh at them. Like, they're memorable moments. Like, not the last time, the time before, me and Ava got into, like, a yelling thing, and it's usually me and Ava. It's never me and Gianna. And Gianna came out and was like, wanted to pick up for Ava. Ava straight said, well, I didn't ask to be born. I was like, what did that bitch just say? I looked at my husband, and he looked at me, and he's like, did she just say she didn't ask to be born? I'm like, I think she did. And Gianna comes stopping out, and she's like, don't invalidate her feelings. She didn't ask to be born. And I was like, bitch, you get in your friggin' room right now before I collect rent. Like, get back in there and shut your mouth, and you turn around and go in your room. And are you kidding me? I didn't ask to be born. Fungal, what the frig does that even mean? Like, who asked to be born? I didn't ask to be born either. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I asked to be born. Get the fuck out of here. I can't. But anyway, you guys see what I mean? In all, I really got to go to bed. I can talk forever. You guys know how I do. But in all, you know, I don't know if you guys have questions. Sometimes people are just meant to be in our lives for a shorter period of time, not lifelong. And you are so correct. And let me tell you something. My ex-boyfriend, Billy, that we dated from 13 to 21, we still, like, talk every now and then. Like, my husband doesn't care. It's not even like that. My husband grew up with them too. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. They have, like, stories that I was not even there at. Like, they literally grew up, like, doors from each other. So they have, like, stories that they'll tell. But he's who I called when I needed someone to help me with Frankfurt Ave, like, for the floor, the one house. Anyway, he, like, helped me, like, he'll call me if he needed something. So he was supposed to be in my life for a reason, but not for a lifetime, at least not in that way. So I think that everybody needs to remember that in life. And when something feels like you're down and out, and again, I'm not talking about some of the issues that some of the people here have. Like, I think of, like, Barbara Hall. I'm like, oh my God, I would never want somebody, or like Andrea, like, I'm not talking to you because I know that you'll never heal from the loss of a child, nor could we ever expect you to do so. So I'm not really talking about that type of issue. But when we're talking about a relationship issue, there's no relationship that you can't move on from, right? It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. So I try to look at it that way. And I guess that's easier said than done, that I've been married for 21 years. I just had to think how old Gianna is. She's 22, so he was my baby daddy for a year. But I married him, so that worked out. You guys, look at my hair. My sister was like, we had a surprise birthday dinner for my mom, and my sister was like, did you crimp your hair? I was like, who crimps their hair? Like, is there even a thing as a crimper? Like, is that even a thing anymore? She's like, yeah. I was like, no, I did not crimp my hair. I put it in 2 braids last night when it was wet and fell asleep with it like that. And now it just looks like this. And guess what? It's going to look like this for work tomorrow because I need to be up in a few hours. I wish my daughter had that lane. What did I miss? Lane said, I made the point to speak words of life. Be affectionate, encourage them to work together, care for each other, and be a team. Let me tell you something, Lane. I don't know why I just said that one now. I couldn't agree with you more. My mom always, that was a big thing, like that we always stayed close. However, she could have done a better job when we were younger, but we all make our way and we're all really close. We all had a surprise dinner for her tonight, and every single family member showed up except Ava's is in Florida. So she understood. And my niece Taylor, it's her birthday tomorrow. She's like in Cancun with her friends, so she understands. But there was 22 of us there at dinner tonight. And all of us, including the two that I just mentioned that are away, will be at the shore next weekend for Easter together. So we're going to spend the entire weekend together. We'll sleep down there. But yes, I think that's important. I lost my 18-year-old. Oh, because of my ex. And it was hell the first year. And gradually you become more numb. Oh. Linnell, I'm so sorry. See, you know what I mean. Linnell, Noah sound, oh. I have an 18-year-old. Oh, Linnell. I'm sorry. You're in that boat with Barbara and Andrea. Oh. You know what, you guys? Well, I have to tell you that you are in a group of people that are so loving and kind and supportive. And I don't know if you have our Discord, but I know that Cuff You, oh, look, right above your comment, literally above your comment. I think it was meant to be. But I am one of those people that believe in signs. I feel like that was a sign. I don't feel like things happen like out of coincidence. So I would say to you, Linnell, that Cuff You literally posted the Discord link right before you wrote that. And if I were you, I'd click on that link. It only takes a second. You can join Discord now by using your Google account, which everybody has one. I don't even know somebody that doesn't. My mom has a Google account. My Aunt Sadie had one. She was 104. So I feel like everybody has a Google account. If not, it takes a second to make one. But you can sign in using that. And I am telling you, we have the most supportive group of people ever. Where was the article in Discord? This is the nicest group. Oh, he's in heaven waiting for me. Oh. If you ever want to tell us your story, I would love to hear it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't imagine. Oh. I could never imagine, but I do promise you, we always have people in there. And see how you said that poor Barbara? Well, you're feeling, you know how Barbara feels, right? So I guess my thing is that if your son could, I believe I saw Barbara too, like if her son and Andrea's, if everybody's kids, then we come together and you guys form a bond where you guys feel like you're helping each other, then that would just be helpful for everyone, right? Because you're probably the only people that will know what you two are going through, or three. Oh, I can't. I know, I'm having a hard time too. Definitely join Discord if you can, if you would like to, because we would all like to be your friend there and give you virtual hugs and stuff and check in on you and make sure you're okay. You deserve that. Ugh. But you guys, listen, I have to be up for work soon, and my students deserve a teacher that's not completely tired. That's all unreal. Wait, let's see. That is unreal, and the fact that she doesn't know where he is. So, for Barbara, she knows where... Is that who we're talking about? I don't want to say the wrong thing, so maybe I'll just stay out of it. I might have missed something. You have to be up in 5 hours too, Casey? Oh. Yes, Liam, we'll talk about it again. Liam, are you part of Discord? If not, go over there. I'm telling you, you guys, we have like a really cool Discord. It literally feels like a group text. Oh, good, Case, because I'm not even doing that. I showered last night before I fell asleep, and I'm just going to have to wait until... Well, I'll like wash my body, but I won't wash my hair until probably after my live tomorrow. So you guys will probably see this hair again one more time. It is what it is. We even allow Hughes here. Oh, you don't, but you will. You definitely should. You're eating toast and then going to sleep. Oh, you know what I want? Raisin toast. I have raisin bread. I just went to the store. Yummy. All right, you guys, I love you. Thank you to my mods who are always here, especially Cuff You and Harlot. You guys literally are always here. And I love you all for it. I love all of y'all. Thank you so much for being here. And tomorrow night, Tuesday, I work from home, so I'll probably be back on tomorrow night. I don't know what I'll be talking about. I don't know where Truth is. I forgot to text her, so that might be it too. But I don't expect people to come on every night. I don't even know how I come on every night. If I don't come on a night, you guys, I'm probably okay. I probably just need it. And I thought about it, and I fall behind on like house chores and everything, because I'll literally go to work and then I come home and I like make sure everybody eats and I'll clean up real quick, and then I jump on and I'm like, next thing you know, I was like deep into cleaning, like hours deep. Hours this weekend. So I'm like, I need to keep up on shit a little bit more. Hi, Shirley. Oh, if you want to dance with the devil doesn't change, you do. Oh, that is my message of the night. Isn't that the truth? If you want to dance with the devil doesn't change, you do. Boom, mic drop. All right, you guys, I love you. Everybody have a fabulous, fabulous evening and wonderful day tomorrow. And I'll probably see you tomorrow night. Mwah. Love y'all.